මේකම ස්මෝක් ගහන්න කියලා විතරයි. ඇයි හීල් එකයි රෙස් එකයි දෙනවා.
Not the best vibes today. I can fix that.
Oh, නේ ඔය ability sound. Something වගේ කියලා දාලා කිව්වත්.
¿Redo? Bienvenidos a acción.
Arrange something.
So,
Ready to get out of here?
When the South America and the region मध्ये මෙක්සිකන් එකෙක් ඉන්න හින්දා වෙන මොකෙක් හරි යන්න තියලා තියෙනවා. රේස් ප්‍රතිදින
Like, come on, man! You can't do this to us! That sounded so good, it looked so good. I need to see it.
Yeah, I need more of that remix.
Yeah, production, run it back for us right now.
I'm thinking
God, if this crowd wasn't already pumped up, they're gonna be.
That's the way you're going to go in today for the grand finals for sure.
Oh my God! I mean, I'm sure you've seen this before, but then seeing it here, that's gotta feel kind of cool, right?
It feels awesome. Seeing the big wingman on the big screen though is like the best part.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my word! And obviously, we will be learning more about this agent as we go on, right? Like,
yeah.
we kind of need to now. You've hooked me in. I need to learn more. I need to see how it plays out. It looked kind of supportive. It looked kind of, on the trailer, like a little alluding to it. However, we are going to find out exactly what those abilities do in just a second's time. So if you want all that info, you need to be paying attention right about now.
let's make some noise.
Mix is our new Sonic Radiant from Croatia. He's upbeat, he's motivating. He doesn't just meet people at their energy level, he definitely brings them up to his. He's confident, he's got swag, he can pop off when he wants to, but he genuinely takes pride in showing up for other people and letting them do their best.
Hell yeah, that's my team.
Mix is a supportive character, and all of his abilities really are about enabling his teammates.
We have some agents on the team that are about stealing the spotlight, but Mix is all about shining the spotlight on others.
Damn, Sage, who trained you? I need some of that.
Mix is a Radiant with the power of sonic energy, so he releases radiant sound waves from his body, and the vibrations from those waves have a physiological effect on people.
One of Mix's abilities is a stim. Harmonize allows him to choose an ally and stim them. He also stims himself, and what's unique about Harmonize is it's not only a combat stim, but every time you or your ally gets a kill, you both refresh that stim, so it really keeps the party rolling.
He also has an impulse device that he can use to imbue his powers with, alter the sound waves to produce different physiological effects like a heal or a concuss.
Mix's ultimate base quake creates this sort of cone zone in front of him. After a brief windup, he deafens and pushes back and slows anybody who's caught in the blast of this gigantic sound wave. Your teammates can, freely flood onto a site, retake or a site execute. without your enemies even being able to hear you.
Mix was actually somebody who was added to the roster to give Sage some relief as a healer on the battlefield. It was actually discovered by Clove and KJ at Underground Rave when they were on personal leave, and he was someone that they realized was definitely more than a sound. He was somebody that was a unifier, a morale booster, which is exactly what they need this year as they face off against Legion.
And joining us to break down Mix a little further, it's Riot's gameplay designer, June. Please walk us through some of these abilities. It looks unreal.
Yeah, so Mix, like all our characters, has 4 abilities. He is a controller, so he can smoke, and that's on like normal cooldown timer. Hopping onto the agent for the first time. It has 2 charges, 16-second smokes, really just sort of standard smoke.
To follow that on, harmonise as well. That's something that certainly I've got my eyes set on. How does that kind of synergise with other agents in terms of, I guess, typical uses?
Yeah, so Harmonize is really where Mix can like choose a player on the team, and you kind of become stim buddies, for lack of a better term. And you both get a combat stim, and as you both get frags, it actually keeps refreshing that combat stim.
Oh, you can really snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you put it on your jet, they dash in, they get their opening pick, it refreshes, etc.
Okay, but then Impulse then, what is this? We kind of saw it a little bit in the trailer. What does it actually do?
Yeah, so Impulse is, it has 2 modes. It has a concuss mode and a healing mode. You throw it, and it has this, it's a little like device or bot that like pulses on the ground, and it either is concussing or healing depending on how you set it.
Sick.
Obviously, well, the final one, base quake, obviously, but we'll have to park that for a moment.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready. I think it's time to go. We're not going to hold you up any longer.
Y ahora, que se escuche fuerte, ¡huevones malos!
Okay, well, we need the outfits for starters.
Well, yeah.
How are they coming in with cosplay
Probably the
already?
best dressed showmatch lineup we've had. I see a Paper X jersey.
Yeah,
Now that's bold.
That's kind of crazy, right? Like, all right, fair play. I'm on board. I love it. Everyone's excited for this, but we kind of, we can circle this one back around as well. Look, these lot on stage can get themselves ready, lock themselves in. I mean, yeah, this atmosphere is wild, but let's kind of roll it back to the agent because, look, we were flying through that. I want to slow it down a second and get a little bit more context, and I didn't think we got to the ult.
No, so we want to talk about base quake too.
Yeah. So base quake, it's like a cone ultimate, which is an unusual shape.
Oh, okay, first time?
Yeah, you know, Mix is a back line. Your teammates are running out in front of you. We want to make sure that you don't hit them right as they're going out into the site. So we have this cone ultimate. It deafens slows and knocks back enemies. So enemies who are hiding maybe on the site, it'll like actually push them out from cover. Also, it has
Warden වගේ Minecraft එක Warden වැරලුන්ට ලගෙන
Yeah, that's probably the perfect
Don't give
thing.
it to paper,
No,
please.
no.
They're already up to no good here. But again, if we're now starting.
Well, it's kind of well, call it supportive also in terms of like
මෙන්න
play style. So it's
මුගෙනම්
it's
මතක්
what's
වෙන්නේ
right
මොකද්ද
for
මුගෙනම
this stage for you. You kind of tend to agree with that?
yeah.
අලුත් තේරෙන්නේ නම
This character is definitely a character that thrives on those like exec heavy comps and maps. You know, or having that stem, having the heals after your fight, having concussions and smokes, like it really brings together a kit that really supports
MM
the execute.
මුලා කුරේ
කැක්ස්
I do
නැති
feel like I'm just going to be plagued by duos with this now. though. It is like
Well,
a new
it is the
duo
go-to,
Asia,
right? If you're a duelist, you see, again, queue up, and you've got basically somebody who can fill both roles.
Yeah, it feels quite flexible too. It doesn't feel as. Okay, being completely honest, I get a little nervous when I hear support, right? Or something very passive and maybe not as involved, but it does feel like it fills both parts, right? It doesn't
Master
feel.
almost.
Yeah, as you said, it refreshes on kills, like the stims, and it kind of snowballs. It still feels really present.
දුන්
Also,
දෙයක්
that's
දීලා
something you have
දෙන්න.
to try and keep in mind of this kind of idea of not having it being two backlines, but still feeling involved, still feeling like you're influencing the outcome.
Nyx is a character
ආල්ලුරේ පාට කරලා
you're
තිබුණා
very like buddy to buddy, shoulder to shoulder, fighting there with your
Really
team.
going on.
A lot of our other supportive outputs.
ඒක දාන් ගහන්න පුළුවන් කියන මට තියෙන
far
ප්‍රශ්නේ
away, they're not
Ah,
like
again.
right in the thick of it. Whereas
Hurry,
Nyx is
hurry.
something like by your side, fighting with you, trading you, cleaning up the mess after, you know, the whole thing.
I guess actually we talk about controllers then actually it's more what's the range on the sorry you obviously saw the cast range there, is it similar to other controllers like Brimstone for example?
Yeah, similar to other controllers, actually I think a little bit bigger.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely have a good bit of reach.
Not kind of Astro Omen completely disconnected, they can play from the other side of the map, it's more with the pack.
Yeah, more with the pack.
And have you guys?
notification
everyone of you
off
have tested this
කරලා
out, right? But have you seen any compositions that kind
Wait,
of
Discord
suit it
day,
well? Have you seen any of those sort of like synergies already showing in some of like
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely a character we wanted to be, like you guys kind of commented, that like duo, team play, social character.
කොටා
That's
ටෙස්ට්
really
කරන්න
about
මගේ කල්ලා ඊද
quite
කොහොමද
flexible, but we've seen a lot of success with all our entry fraggers, and you know, maybe not the ones that get too far ahead, like a Neon might be,
Yeah,
you know, you stim them, they kind of take off into the distance, you know, normal Neon stuff. But like a Phoenix or a Waylay or a Jet, any of these characters, right, where you'd expect to be a little closer to them.
And have you tried it in the new game mode as well? So I feel like it would really suit this. Is like, as I said, just playing with your body a little bit.
Wow,
of
live
fun.
is
Let's hop in and just
live
like,
lag
chill
in
out.
Yeah, the
the
whole kit is like S tier on knockout.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
check them out.
unlisted
No, it's
man.
yeah, basically what we're going to be looking for today.
Yeah, again, in my mind, when I'm thinking about knockout with this, it's just that, I don't say snowball effect, because I do feel like there's a comeback
Come on,
mechanic.
man.
When you go through that wall, for example, if you're
Jago,
really
what
pushed
about
back,
this?
you're still being told that there's some
වැරෙන්න
mindset.
අතුරගෙන වේද
Is that ever something you have to keep in mind?
උන්
that
එච්චර වැරෙන්න
there's
වෙනස්
like
කරද මේ
comeback mechanics in this
YouTube
game
එකෙන්
as
ඕච් කරන
well,
තුන
like trying to keep it like not too oppressive if you are like on the
ඒක
receiving
තමයි
end.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's there's
වාගේ live
risk
ටිකට්
of
කරලා
actually
දෙනවා
going
ඒක
into the
live
enemy
falls
lines and
කියලා
trying to
මට
get those
පේනවා
last kills, because if you don't succeed, then they could potentially swing it all the way in the other direction by
Yeah.
snowballing and reviving all their teammates.
Okay.
So it has to be
Well,
very
but
intentional in terms of like going and clearing that space with your allies.
It's always kind of fun, interesting, and finding out the depth of the mechanics you guys have to consider, because obviously it does go to the extremes, right? Like sometimes you will be absolutely hammered in spawn, but there has to be that way back through. I do think we are pretty close to getting into this, and I kind of hope we see some of those OT mechanics, 'cause I think we alluded to it earlier, but that kind of
පක්කරි
seemed
කුන්
to have
දීරණ
a
එකක් ගහනවා නම්
videos,
තමයි.
and it actually puts people on the spot. I felt pressure. I was terrified watching it, let alone playing.
Yeah. It feels like in a way where either team needs to take contact. Otherwise, the resolution is it's a 50-50 in terms of who wins.
Okay, I think we are almost there. Thank you for your patience. We are diving right in. There's going to be 3 maps, so best of 3 rules, basically. Now, will I be able to keep up on that? No idea. But we get to watch the brand new Asian in action mix. This is actually at the helm of
දැක්කේ
check in on
Been a
that.
long time since you guys have put this up.
Yeah.
Again, here's seeing the notification here. Actually,
Yeah, we really wanted to make sure that players felt like they were getting rewarded for their assists, like we were celebrating that more in games. So you can actually see as you're watching the series getting these assist banners that show, oh hey, you just got an assist because of this ability.
Okay, and what's the refresh time? Is it fully refresh the ability?
Yeah, so every time you get a kill while you have Mix's stem on you, either the person who received the stem or Mix himself, that will refresh the full duration of the stem.
I think as well we just caught Casey backed into a corner. We did see some of the util getting destroyed as well. What's the...
Yeah, so...
Sorry. Casey just held down this for ages.
Yeah, but it does show that behind the lines thing, right? Like we've seen, like it's brand new for me, kind of keeping an eye on the UI as well. Of some of the new notifications, even seeing like, okay, you're raising Sage and then again reviving him through like these new updates. It's gonna be kind of fun just getting to grips with this new concept.
Yeah, it's definitely a more tactical mode overall.
I don't know as well when you go past the line, you get the Fog Warn minimap.
Yes,
you don't have the information.
Yeah, there's the Omen like minimap obfuscation that comes with results.
I think it is all down to TCK. Right?
Again, he just sailed down on the floor.
Good luck, last alive. Gonna have to try and do some damage. Should work. Oh dear, overwhelmed in the end of first round. Then gonna be ticking over to the other side. I think the crowd like that one.
No. Racing, I mean, how quickly does the scoring time scale upwards? Is that kind of instantly from the get-go, or is it kind of incrementally across the round?
The intervals spread across the entirety of the round, or is it incrementally throughout the round? So it's not linear, it's like it changes over the course of like across the day, and then it adjusts.
An average round time from, I guess, from playtest is obviously going to be different, but in terms of average round time,
notification එක manual manual
like 2 to 3 minutes, I would say on average, unless it goes into OT. But it seems like the way that both these teams are playing is just like stacking all on one side and trying to get down to the other, which I think is like a pretty interesting way of going about it.
Yeah, I think Chaos is going to be the name of the game here. But even with that, unlucky. But again, it feels like you have to be quite intentional with those combat sims too, so they're not going to be sat around forever. It's not a long duration. It feels like you have to be quite aware of what you want to achieve with it, so it's not just something you play every now and then. It's maybe set something in motion.
Yeah, definitely. It's an ability where it's definitely part of your go button, right? You throw that stim, you want to maximize every second you get of it, and you want to make sure you can get in there and take a
හොඳට remote එක ගන්න.
Stims in
Unlimited
general
ගන්න
are
is
such a
go
big
to.
combat advantage, right?
Yeah, this is a strategy that we see pretty often too, right? So holding spawn, waiting for them to push, but then there's the wall mechanic. You can see the enemy team just push.
Nice wall there.
Yeah, so the intention there is that if teams do this, the wall is intended to flush them out.
It gives them less space basically to operate.
Exactly.
Okay. They are getting.
This is smoke and rolls. Just.
කවුද බං කෙල්ලනේ
You might be able to reach for a starter in this. That does feel.
ගහනවනේ
teams a little bit. I also think they quite enjoy seeing
The crowd also hates seeing one person alive not pushing forwards.
Yeah, but it's Kesnet, so the whistling's not happening yet. He gets given a lot more freedom on this. And alas, it is a mix, so we're going to see the gang run him down. Yeah, there's it's like that Omen sort of like TV.
Yeah, again, obviously lacking map layer, but also with a slot player, they're not confirmed by minimap information either.
Right, it's just the notice that they're in your territory, right? So no like hard entire deal,
අනිත් උන් ටිකද
generally in the area.
Okay.
මම බල මොකද ආයුන් ටික කියලා දැන්නේ දන්නේ අය කවුද කියලා අර කලින් කෙලෝ ටිකක් ආවේ
ඉතින් ඒක ඇත්තයි තියෙන්නේ
ඒක තමයි මම දැන් දන්නේ
ඒක තමයි කියලා කිව්වේ
I hate to say it, but I kind of want to see Neon get stiff.
There it is.
Well, go on it.
නෑ මේකට නාගිල තිබ්බට ටීම් එක වෙනවා ඇති කියලා.
අරු මෙරුණා කික්සෙල් අනේ අම්බෝ
Yeah, I kind of want to see the interactions now with all the agents, see how that sim feels, and how it kind of like.
අපර දැන් මේක ඉවර වෙන්නේ කොහොමද ඔක්කොම මරන්න ඕනද?
ඔක්කොම ටීම් එකේ කට්ටිය මරුනම
I was
ඉවරයි.
going to say, just to clarify, the res is instant on the train, right?
No, not instant. So it triggers the timer, right? And the timer will extend.
දැන් ස්මාෆ් කෙනෙක්ට සෙට් කරාම ඉවරයි කරවුන්
Yeah,
එක.
I'm trying to get used to. I was like looking forward to like the 4 seconds there for like the Sage to come back in around. So it's like kind of. It's totally changing how I'm looking at the game as well, the dynamics of these fights, because it can. There is like the ability to totally turn the round back. potentially
අනික
overrated.
අනිකෝගේ මෙහෙම තියෙද්දි
I see it now, yeah, up on the top.
Oh, we've got another stimmed up
ආ
here.
ඔටොත් රෙස් වෙනවා නේද?
කිල්ල ගත්තාවනේ.
I guess it's that kind of
ගත්තාම
fact that both of them get the
Hello,
same
countdown
race,
එකක්
just
යන්නේ?
one. It's not
කිල්ල
just
ගත්තා.
purely to set them up. You're also
කිල්ල
in the
ගත්තට
race.
So
පස්සේ
basically kind
ටයිම්
of
එක
follow up
ඇතුළේ
on
මෙහෙම
Jules'
වෙන්නේ
run,
නැති. දැන්
sit
ගිල්
back,
තුනක්
like,
ගත්තා.
stim benefit.
තුන් දෙනෙක්ගේ
Yeah, it's really
කවුන්ට්
for
ඩවුන්
you
එකේ
to
තප්පර
both
5
feel
ඇතුළේ
confident pushing together,
ඉවර
right?
වෙද්දි රෙස්
And
වෙනවා.
it's also one of those things where if Mix is the one who gets the kill, it'll also refresh the sim for
Correct,
both of you. So
yeah.
it's not like you're totally relegated to letting them get the kill. It's something you're both engaging in together.
Now, if only they got enough. I want to see
දැන්
them.
මම කෝකෝ
Yeah.
They made it.
Yeah, also the smokes
කෝ
are so
ස්කෝබෝඩ්
cool.
They look really aesthetically pretty.
Are the smokes kind of like near side, inside, like
කට්ටිය
brimstone,
දැන්
or
මේ
they kind
ක්ලෝ
of
ගහන
empty,
එක
like,
නවත්තලා
They're
මෙයාව
hollow
ගහයි
smokes, so,
ටිකක් නේ.
yeah.
ලව නව් කරලා තියෙන එකයි.
ඒක තමයි ක්ලෝ ගහනවනේ නැත්නම්
They're on
මොක
match
කරා.
point now for one of them not mistaken.
Okay, I'll change it now. I want to see Neon hold the stim.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just want Reddit for it to start?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
By him. That's wild.
Also throwing me off. Everyone using Spanish in game, so I can get
Yes,
the notifications right.
It's a little bit tricky, but again, there's that support system, right? Then look at it. Look at the assists you're just farming through this. It's actually 16 this in play. Look at it! And then it's refreshing, right? So you can just keep going through it. You're back in the action straight away.
Yep, absolutely, and it's something that we actually noticed really early on when we felt like we were really hitting our goals.
ඔතේ බලයන්නේ.
You would see the scoreline at the end of the game and Mix would have like
Bun-
32
oh,
assists
bun
or
kid.
something, right, on a really good game. So this is definitely for players who like to see their contribution represented in ways that aren't just top fragging.
Yeah, 100%.
And so the stim refreshes on the assist, obviously for Mix. Does that count for smokes as well?
No, it's just for
Just only-
kills or yeah, it's just for kills from either player who's stimmed, either
Okay.
the player you chose or Mix.
Okay, so yeah, that is the enemy behind line. Okay.
Getting used to it.
මාරු ඇබිලිටි අත් දෙක අතලම දාන්න.
Yeah, yeah.
We're being put to work today. But, again, I just want to see what we get. I can't wait to see until like the pros get the agent in hand as well and just push it to the limitations because I feel like they always find another layer to things that you don't quite see coming. And
Well, I
අයියෝ
guess we talked about synergies.
Yeah.
And what have you discovered has been like the strongest synergy? Second man.
දැන්
Wait, who's ISOL?
ඉවර මොකක්ද නේ?
Oh, it's Kesney.
Kezeganis.
ආ තුනක් තියෙන රවුන්ඩ් තුනක් තියෙන.
Just like that.
Kesney is trying in show matches.
ආ
We've been here before.
But to come back to that, what's been the, I guess, the best synergy you've discovered?
We're not getting like
Dash, is it the neon?
Yeah, so like,
You better
like,
know.
especially on the entry, like all
I
of this
thought.
for sure. But I actually think one cool part of the character is it's really fun to play Mix with your Sentinel because you can support them and like anchor the site with them and empower them and play different parts of the site, right? When you think about a brimstone who puts down the beacon, you kind of have to all be there
Yeah.
for it to happen. But
Thought
this
to
is
be
much
done.
more like it has that range like Sage's heal, right? Where you can just throw it, put it on them from far away, and then you're playing off the stim
So
together.
actually cross-site, you could, as opposed to...
Yeah, you can huck it at them.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm all aboard. We're going to a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We've already had our first glance at the new game mode, new agent, and I'm sure you want to see more of it.
හ්ම් බේගා ඉක්මනින් පටන් ගන්න. අන්න උඩ කෑ ගහන්න බා මට වෙන්නේ.
hopefully you have caught your breath. We are back. Still in the show match now. I couldn't tell who won the first game. Team Kesnet. Kesnet got 5. Kesnet's trying very hard. But we go back to it, right? And we were just kind of talking about it then. I want to keep seeing this kit in play on this game mode. Is it playing out in any way that you've seen so far? Is this a little bit sweatier? Are they playing it kind of similar to how you saw it in the testing?
Definitely very similar, but I will say the aggression on both of these teams is definitely not like anything I've seen before. I mean, like they're crossing the line just so aggressively and looking for that fight. It's almost as if there's like they're looking for vengeance for whatever reason. I don't know if there's hate.
What has gone on ahead of this?
Yeah, I don't know who's been talking trash, but apparently it works. You also have to see something utilised here a bit further. Once it kind of simmers down a second, you can start seeing them try and find some stability. But again, this is just, I guess the encouragement of trading is in place. Speaking of trading, doesn't get it, Kesnet. Who'd have thought it?
We just got it there, the healing. How long does it last on the ground, and what is the total heal? So I think TCK was full HP, and I didn't know the teammate there, but stepped into it after TCK had died. So
yeah, so it will heal you full pretty quickly from within the area, and it will pulse for several seconds, and in that time it can actually be used by anyone.
Also the enemy could potentially heal.
So you have to be careful.
Okay.
You can't just throw it out willy-nilly. You gotta be a little more tactical about it. And sometimes you'll walk into it and it'll be like healing you through, like, because it creates a big zone, right? You'll be on the other side of a wall sneakily healing. So you gotta be careful.
That's quite unique.
Well, I was just, well, here's the aggression we were talking about. Everyone literally death.
Yes. Some of them can get, well, they did get rid still not completely out of it, but you're right, the aggression is wild. So I don't think I've seen the mini-map in someone's POV a single time just one. It's just gone. They are just permanently in front of the line, looking for fights.
Well, I was just thinking straight away there about kind of like the lineup denial. How quick is the heal? You said it's instant, but then it'll heal you to full. Would you be able to deny potentially like molly damage or things like that?
No, so you wouldn't be able to like deny, if you're like actively taking damage from the molly, you're not able to heal through that. While you're taking damage in Valorant, you actually have a buff applied to you that prevents healing and like, you know, that kind of thing. But yes, the heal comes out quite quickly. It can be shot before the healing happens, so you're able, you know, kind of an interesting situation that would be where you can see the healing buff and not the player is healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe an unusual
You know someone's tucked in somewhere.
Yes, yes. You have to be careful with it, you know, you don't want to give away people's location.
No, that is true, I guess you do look at the bigger picture of it. Sas is trying to put in some work here. Maybe try to keep Kez down to heal, but I don't know how it's going to go.
It's as old as time.
Yeah.
Leave
me alone! We've invited a lovely person to come play a show match. Like, Kesnet's doing the rewards. I don't think Cat's Eye will be coming back for another show match. I guess I'm having a great time here at this point. It looks incredibly fun. Again, I just want to get my hands on it at this point. If we could get an ult, I'd be very...
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Get to work!
Yeah, especially here, because it's hard to go on narrower map. And especially with the way they're playing, you gotta anticipate someone who's following up. Yeah.
Observers, please! It's the other one! I'm being baited. I just want to see the ult. I mean, maybe we can see it in effect against them here.
You can see that actually they use the impulse there to flush her out of the smoke. So it's really about the size of the smoke. Yes. So really it forced the peak there in that engagement, which is pretty interesting.
I guess you get a little bit of area denial with it too, like you can actually... I can't wait to see the pros get, even if it doesn't get into like meta rotation, even just seeing them figure out new ways to clear.
It's a controller that kind of ticks a lot of boxes that kind of Astra does in terms of utility and being able to set kills up, but certainly more what you're saying in terms of deathballing and working directly with another agent, potentially be a duelist or a sentinel. I'm actually really intrigued to see how it would work in some of the more traditional maps. Obviously, shining because it's fast-paced, everybody's going forwards.
Stream එක ඩබ් මේ කියන්නේ වීඩියෝ එක YouTube එකේ එක ඩබල් වෙනවා.
I firmly believe. I'm might be delusional at this point, but I think I'll live by this
ඔයා
delusion.
කටහඬ ඇහෙන්නේ
But
ඩබල්
it's the first time we see
YouTube
something
එකේ
that
stream එකක්
shape
මේ
as well.
ඩබල්
What was the
ඇහෙනවා.
idea behind changing that around in your mind?
So for us, we actually found that because the way mix plays, like game to game, is you're often like, all right, the barrier drops, I'm smoking, I'm stimming you, I'm gonna like, maybe I have a lineup for a concuss, or like I'm throwing a concuss onto the site. You're often the last
Double
person
lane
in, or one of the last players going in, because you just have a lot of stuff to do
Discord
support the team. And we were just like, with like a traditional shape, we found that you just often be hitting the team. So having that cone shape lets you line it up so they can kind of run alongside it with you.
Oh, that's great. And there's verticality to it,
Yes.
right? It's not just a flat sort of cone, it has the...
පොඩ්ඩයි නම Discord call එකෙන් disconnect වෙලා වෙලා ඉන්න.
Maybe my dream will come true of seeing said ult. TCK is giving me nothing.
Well, again, yeah, I'm more interested in kind of the coverage, how it kind of marries up versus like a Nightfall or Rolling Thunder. Is it the same sort of area? At the very end of it.
Yeah, like, it's kind of hard. I don't know how to do some math about cones or rectilinear shape area coverage. I don't think I have that equation off the top of my head. But I would say that, like, yeah, you would expect it to be, like, pretty similar, right, in terms of, like, the site coverage. If, you know, people are playing back on the site, it's definitely going to be wider back there than, of course,
ඩබල්
close
ඇහෙනවා
to you. So
පැත්තෙන් තාම බලන්න
something to
බ්‍රවුසර්
consider when, like,
එකයි
you know, how
මේ
you pass the ability.
මොකද්ද ඩෙස්ක්ටොප් ඔඩියෝ එකයි දෙකම play වෙනවද මොකක් හරි කියලා?
We are for one team.
For one of the two teams, they are winning.
TCK's team.
ඔයාගේ
Yeah, it's TCK's
සවුන්ඩ් එක
team on
විතරක්
that
එකපාරයි ඇහෙන්නේ.
So obviously it's
මේක
all over
විතර
the top here,
බ්‍රවුසර්
it's
මේ
a round
එකේ
score up
ඔඩියෝ
to
එක තමයි
four.
දෙපාරක් ඇහෙන්නේ.
Goes to four.
දැන් බලන්න
Kesnet, I don't think likes
Tinder.
that.
No.
I think Kesnet is... Oh, Kesnet's dead. Bastarda just buried him. Down to the last two. I mean... If you're able to get any teammates back at this point. Megan joining in, that's going to sting.
That closed out. Pretty clean last round there, and actually I just spotted as well at the top to come back to the respawn timer. You have the indication the whole time through at the top of how long the respawn's going to take. Is that right in terms of the waves?
Yes, exactly.
Just to confirm, we are going map 3. The crowd
course we
is...
are.
Yes, why wouldn't we? We need a tech pause in here at some point.
Yeah, we need a tech pause.
But no, we are going to go all the distance, so we get to see the full potential of everything coming up, so do not go away.
එමේ නොන්ශීකින් විතරම් පෙන්න්න
Discord connect වෙලා නැද්ද?
ඇයි
හරි හරි. නෑ නෑ හරි.
අච්චක පටන් ගනින්
I think I can actually translate what was said there. I got a kill.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
Yep.
Look, let's go.
That
Megan.
one's for Paper X.
Put it in the bank.
They're going to need them
later.
today. That's
You
for
think
sure.
you? Oh, you alluded that they are not coming in.
No
as the-
spoilers.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay. But we are going to go back through into this and see once again if we may be treated through this. And actually, I didn't actually catch that for a second. Buy-wise, do you start in like pistols and then scale up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like round by round progression.
DJ
Yeah, there's stage loadouts. They're up to 4, so starting with pistols and then SMGs and then like light rifles and then eventually like rifles.
Oh yeah, there it is. Good stages. Let's see if TCK can keep us on board here. I'm praying for ults. And again, maybe I don't want to say less aggression, but kind of like aggression. And there's set up
Who
with
did?
Neon.
අන්න
My ult is not
Quite
ready.
get a fight yet on it.
No target.
I can't get out. The smokes look probably the coolest of any controller.
Really
I'm going to be honest. Yeah.
Aesthetically speaking, I'm happy.
And then actually first time we've seen as well, actually the indication kind of the wall moving up. We saw it previously on the minimap, but you can see it there, the barrier moving.
Yeah.
And they're just ults, essentially, right? Or on the ground to be able to move the wall up, right?
Yeah, so when you pick them up, the reward is one ult hit, and then you also regen your HP.
Oh, you get a regen as well?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's actually quite an encouraged
Actually, Mix just is insane for this game mode
Yeah.
in general. In terms of like the snowball and the regen.
Right, TCK. 3 more kills and I'd have been happy, but there we are. First round picked up. All good.
So just because we touched on it there, we come to the second round now. We go to SMGs.
Yes.
Is it kind of hard locked there, or?
There are a number of different weapon options other than SMGs too. I think it's Stinger, Bucky, Sheriff.
Okay.
I want to make sure I have that right. But
Fantastic, I've been back on the stage.
I think they're doing an homage to Boaster.
Oh, okay.
That was actually his dance originally, I've heard.
I didn't catch the dance, so.
Well,
Let's go back.
okay. Love we're taking off headsets.
Yeah.
Big
It's the tech force.
fan.
It's the
There's
tech force coming.
force.
It was
inevitable, right?
Brilliant. Play without headphones. All right, back into the action. Mix well. Three more rounds.
You're actually able to heal through the wall. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
there's gonna be some ratty spots.
You don't need LOS on the actual U2. It's within still within the RE.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's actually pretty useful too when people are on the other side of a box and you can't quite reach them. You can kind of throw it right there, and it'll still wrap around. And you can just through the wall and be able to heal them.
And is it visual for the opponents too? You can see the effect.
Everyone can see the zone, but it's really only the impulse object itself that is the shootable part. So you do need LOS to that or dependent for something.
Okay.
අර මැද්දේ තියෙන මේ සීමාව වගේ සැරෙන් සැරේ move වෙනවා.
Running down with stingers and Mix well to clean up.
අර මැද්දේ අර මැප් එක මැද්දෙන් බෙදලා වගේ අර තියෙන එක.
It's just kind of the way it is.
ඒක සැරෙන් සැරේ move වෙනවා. ඒක මොකද හරියට වෙන්නේ කියලා මට තාම තේරුන්නේ නැහැ. මම මුලින් හිතන් හිටියේ ඒකට මෙහා
So it's kind of like within the categories of like 1600 to 2.2
මේවා වෙන්නේ කියලා.
the third one.
Yeah, it matches like the loadout value.
Reboot වෙන්නේ කියලා ඒත් නෑ මට හිතා ගන්න බෑ.
Operators possible?
Not in this one. No.
ඔව් බලන්න කෑ චුට්ටකින් වෙලා ඉන්න පිටිපස්සට ඔය ඉස්සරහට යන්න.
I mean, we're one away from an ult.
I mean, the mode's supposed to be for fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Someone tell the players that. Someone let them know.
නෑ නේ තාම තිබ්බ දැන.
Yeah, we got a
තාම එකම
That's done. Not sure
Input
about
error. Input error on that. And is that just like a right click to change it over?
Yeah, you can right click the toggle
මට
it's
තාම
very
ඒක නම්
snappy.
තේරුන්නේ.
So it doesn't really add any time to casting of the ability.
ආන්න එන්න පටන් ගත්තා. ආර ඔබ්බෙක් ගත්තා මිසර එන්න බා.
One more kill, send me the
I
ult.
just, yeah, I just want the old now. Assassin's farming.
As he's removing the ability for me to see the ult.
එන්න.
හරි හරි හරි.
ඔබ්බෙක් ගත්තා මේක ඉස්සර.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
මේ මෝඩ් එකේ අල්ටිමේට් එකට මේවා තුනයි ඕනේ.
හතරයි නේ.
Oh.
තුනයි.
Oh, punishment, punishment,
Huh?
punishment, punishment.
Let's
Knife, 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 knife.
හැමෝගෙම තුනනේ කියන්නේ. හතරක් ඉන්නේ.
හතරයි
We're so
හතරයි.
close to finding happiness.
හතරම.
It is kind of fun though seeing this
තුන
back
වගේ
and forth
දැක්කේ.
because I keep thinking, okay,
ඇස්
round's
පේනවා
done.
මදි
And
දැන්.
අර
then
පූස
the
ඔන්න
like,
ඔෆ්
force is
වෙනවා.
coming back in, and it feels like there's such like a momentum swing at times in this
Right,
too.
yeah, team swinging it back. And the fact that
ඒක
they're so
පරණ
bloodthirsty,
මේ
sometimes they're just not pushing it
අර
together
අපු
to get that last
හැලවින්
person.
බණ්ඩල් එකකට ගියා.
කැත පූස මට
Ego
පේන්න
beats.
බෑ.
Heal.
අනේ. ද පූසෙක්.
Again, I'm still trying to make note here of obviously the UI elements. Obviously
Yeah,
behind
Manu
lines
said
indicates
illegal
down here
to
above the ammo, and then you were noting as well the assist marker and obviously top and center. That's the team notification, right? Everybody gets that to say enemy behind lines.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So your team, if somebody crosses the line, sees the enemy behind lines, and then if you or someone crosses the line, then there'll be a debuff marker on the bottom left in the traditional
මට දාන්න පුළුවන්.
බැක් ටීම් එක තමන්ටම දාගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක.
Yes.
There we go. I don't think we're going to see too much. Actually, no, they did.
Actually, yeah.
They actually did.
Yes, you did.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And there's the assist banner on the bottom that actually shows like what ability got you that assist too. So it's really, even though you didn't like necessarily see it happen, it's like you kind of get all
එක කෙල්ලට නම් අර ක්‍රවුඩ් එකේ ඉන්න ඔය වෙන කිසිම දෙයක් ගන්න නැහැ. මොකද්ද මන් දෙකක් ලොකු එකක්
That
කනවා.
Feels good too as well.
Hard to
It's gotta
gauge
feel
with
good
this
to see
minimap, but the
සේරම
range is,
ජීය
I
කරනවා.
think probably
ඒ කෙල්ල
similar
මැද්දේ ඉඳන්
to back
කනවා.
end of the Rolling Thunder of the Nightfall, right?
Yeah, definitely.
අන්න දියම්බා මනුස්සයෙක්.
This
So
could
in terms
combine
of a
pretty
site exec,
nicely.
it's going to provide the same coverage.
And it seems fast as well. It's snappy.
ටීම්
It's the
එක
pace
දෙන්න
of it that
පුළුවන්
kind of
එක්කෙනාටයි. හැබැයි
I mean,
හිතන්නකො ටීම් එකේ මේ මොකක්ද හොඳ
they're back to business.
ස්මර්ෆ් කෙනෙක්ව එහෙම දාන් හිටියොත්
And
ස්මර්ෆ් මේවා
yeah,
කරනවා
gotta do it again.
ටීම් කරපුවා
For
හරි
now. Oh my God! What was that tracking was nuts.
ඔව්
ස්ට්‍රීම් කරනවා ස්ප්‍රේ එකක් වෙනසෙත්
And when
Oh,
you
it is
res,
that
do you res back in your spawn or
Shit,
where
I look
you
like none.
die?
Yeah.
Back in the spawn room.
Back in the
Yeah.
spawn room. Okay.
And the spawn room never
මූමන්ට්
changes
එහෙම ඉතින් අර
regardless
හොඳට
of
මූවී
the
ගන්න
attack line, right?
වගේ
Yeah,
පොඩ්ඩක්
it's one responsive. Yeah.
නැද්ද ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ්
And again, we were down to one player just a moment ago. We're back at a 3v3.
Yeah,
Yep,
It's
yep.
nෑ බෑ එක
Swung it
decent.
back.
Like
Exactly.
swings and roundabouts that you can do.
And you can see this is like
hot
pretty
air,
indicative of this
hot
mode,
air,
right? Too, where now we're actually it's kind of
yeah.
slowed down a little bit. There's a little more tension to it.
Yeah, it's kind of nice seeing
ඒ
this.
කොහමද එකම
Waiting.
එකම උන් දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නද දෙපැත්තෙම
Catch. Oh my God! More than waiting.
Waiting.
Had enough.
Waiting to strike.
Yeah, had enough of that one, Vestana. Putting on a show for us.
දැන් නම් කම්මැලි
And I guess buy-wise, we're into those.
Oh, දැන්
bulkier
ඇති
buys now,
දැන්
right? You
යන්
should
අපි
get those 4 weapons
මේවා
behind you as
මෝඩ්
much as
එකට
you want.
Yep, yep. We're in the Vandals and
අර මට පේන්නේ බාර ඉස්සර බං පොඩි උන් අපි ගේම් එකේදී බං
Thank you.
අක්කර මොකක් කරලා ගේම් ගන්න
Yeah.
I thought the mode was for fun. What?
Yeah, no, the idea
අන්නේ වීඩියෝ
yeah, for the person using it. Yeah.
මදි
Yeah, we call it the morale
මම
booster in our playtest.
මේ අලුත් බණ්ඩල් එක තමයි ඔය තියෙන සුගාගගේ අතේ ඔය
Judges?
කටුලක්
We allow judges in this?
Not in this one.
අලුත් බණ්ඩල්
Again.
එක
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ඒකේ
We found
ඒකේ
happiness.
අර ඇන්ඩල්
I
එකේ
think I'm
අතට
gonna spend
නේදී
a lot of time here, actually.
know what? I really like
I found my new home.
ගයියාස් එකේම මට පේන්නේ
අයියා,
ටිකක් වෙනස්
මොකක්-
කරපු
negative.
මෝඩ්
Are we? The celebration did not go well there.
එක. මේ ආතල් ගන්නේ
I guess
මොකද්ද
the
අතර
following
ගත්තේ? ඇයි DJ එකක් අතර ගත්තේ?
disappears.
ඌ කිල් එකක් ගත්ත ගමන් DJ කරනවා මට
I
පේන්නේ
do want to see
කලින්
another
මම
one in the
දැක්ක
last couple of rounds.
I'd
බෝඩ්
really
එක මේව
like-
කරන් හිටියා
I really like it. Come on, TCK, I believe in you. I was so ready for him to just go for the kill feed as soon as I said it.
මොකද අනිත් මොකද කියලා
And you can see there it's shootable, right? Able to clear out that concuss area.
This one's tense.
It's definitely slowed down a little bit. Yeah, they've realised
actually
actually it's
simmered down.
Yeah, they're all really trying to win now because it's 2-2 in the last game, right? So it's gotten sweatier.
It absolutely has.
The sound effect of the AoE there at the start is actually so cool. It's in comparison to the healing.
Yeah, our audio designer Ryan put a lot of effort in actually making that sound like music, and actually like made some tracks to like kind of draw in and make it feel like there's like an audio track that's
Oh,
playing
wow,
as the
okay.
ability pulses.
And sorry, just the heal goes for the wall, just the stun as well.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little bit more of the idea of what you could do with this. On TCK. Still, was it a 3v? Oh, okay, no. Sarsi's at least bringing the numbers down to a 2v2.
So hard to
Might
keep
be.
track of
Well, yeah, because I'm like trying to keep up to
Yeah.
date on the res
Yeah.
going back in, and then I guess you need to position for it. If you know they're going to spawn back towards their spawn, so maybe you could move up a little bit. It's kind of like, it's a real map control game. I kind of like this. Oh dear.
Oh, that's nice. The stim to follow up there on the Gecko ultimate.
Yeah, and also that stim, you can right-click it to cast it just on yourself.
Oh, okay.
But, so like if you're the last one alive, it's not like you can't cast it. You just don't get that benefit of like killing a player and refreshing it.
Well, that only happens if you do that towards a teammate.
Correct, yes.
Interesting.
Much like Sage's heal is often better on the teammate,
Yes,
very
yes.
similar case here where Mix's harmonizes better on teammate.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah,
Don't be greedy.
unless it's just you, then yeah, do your thing. Be greedy.
ඇවනද පැන්ද
Treat yourself.
තමන්ට එන්න එක
Amounts of greed is fine.
තමන්ට වෙන එක අර එච්චර ඉෆෙක්ටිව්
The
නෑ
aggression, it feels like there's an
අනික්
actual
කෙනෙක්ට
tempo.
කරලා තමන්ට
Ooh, seeing
එන
now, and
මේ
it's a firing
බැට්
squad.
ටීම් එක තරා
Mixwell and Kesnet. Gonna have to sit this
යන්නේ
one out for a
ලොකු
second.
දෙයක්ුත්
නෑ ඒක අවුලක්
නෑ
නෑ ඔය
සේව්
ස්මෝක් විතර වෙරක දෙකට තියෙන
Looks on the default skin. 100%
කීරින්
clutchness now.
එකක්
And
තියෙනවා
again, the
නීසියට
visualization here of
කෙනෙක්ට
the line moving forward.
But it's also
මිනිසිට
not
ගෙන
too
නෙමෙයිද
intrusive as well.
No,
Like
sorry.
it's not actually
ස්මෝක කෙනෙක්ට
obfuscating
ආයතනය
any
අමතක වෙනවා
of
හරි
the vision
සෝරි
on this. And who do we have coming back? Okay, so 2 new players in 12. One from either side has rejoined, and actually that's a bit of a problem. Look how many are standing.
Up.
Oh dear, this might be done for soon.
I think they're respawning still pretty quick. Now it's just gone up to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, to say that, 2 kills come through. But that was at the 2-minute mark, right? So, like you said, it's at these milestones.
behind line
Exactly. Yeah. You can see the
Last alive.
Okay.
behind line
Okay, bud. Yeah, told you default skin. Let's go crazy. The crosshair.
අර මේ
crosshair
මැද්දේ එන
is
ලයින් එක.
It
ඒ
is
ලයින් එකෙන් මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා මට තාම
Right
තේරුන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ ලයින් එක ගැන තමයි කියන්නේ කොහොමද?
I think we're down to 1 for now. Suga, this is a lot of work.
Spotted.
Oh, and instantly brought down. I mean, I want to play the game mode. I want to play the agent. You sold me. And I wasn't here to be sold. But
take care of us audience
as well. It's like you said, it's control that can stick with the pack and really actually excel at pushing other players forward and getting them enabled in the fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of our other controllers, right, they're supportive in very different ways. They feel like they're not necessarily like right there alongside you fighting, and Mix is definitely that character where it's a lot more, buddy to buddy. You're fighting right there with your friends, and more social in that way, right? Because you can kind of see all the action that's happening as you play, right?
Yeah, I really didn't expect it to feel so in the action on that, so kind of instrumental at building your team in and feeling so involved in it as well. It doesn't feel like you're as hands off as some of the others, like with like a Sky Heal or even Sage. That feels like you're right there with them. But again, game mode wise as well.
There's a perfect demonstration for it. But I love the pacing where it's kind of like 3 or 4 kills come through, somebody's got to clutch up and stay alive, wait it out, and the longer it goes on, you've got to basically just sit and wait.
Yeah. You saw how the teams kind of changed their strategy by that time, right? Where it was like the ego peeking and going for that last kill without coordinating probably resulted in some swings that they didn't want to happen. So playing as a team is pretty important in this one.
If I'm not mistaken, we are following what I know to be true. We are normally heading towards a little bit of an interview soon with Down on the stage. So as soon as that's ready, we will be handing over to it. But again, when can we play Mix in new game mode? Is it as soon as possible? Are we ready to go? Are you guys allowed to tell us?
It's next week.
Okay.
The specific days?
Yeah, so we patch on Tuesdays, so you can expect it shortly thereafter.
Hell yeah, I can't wait. We're going to hand it over to Belina Down on the stage for the Verizon post-magic.
¡Qué increíble showmatch acabamos de presenciar, Santiago! What an amazing showmatch to showcase our new agent and Megan I want to talk to you because you were amazing. I just want to know, how did it feel playing Valorant on that stage?
It felt so incredible. I was definitely nervous, but my teammates really helped me, and it was just so much fun.
Definitely, it looked so much fun. Y bueno, hablando un poquito de lo que había sido este showmatch, quería saber cómo lo pasó jugando encima de ese stage. Dijo que fue increíble y que además también jugar conjunto a sus teammates fue aún mejor. Now I want to know, yesterday you played at Lola Chile. Now today you were on that stage playing at Master Santiago. Do you have any messages for the audience?
Te amo, Chile!
And the crowd is loving that, Megan. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and take pictures with the fans because now we're going into the winner, IGL TCK. How are you feeling right now? I just want to know, what are your thoughts on that amazing agent we just saw?
The agent is really fun. I hope we could show all the abilities and stuff. It's a very fun agent for you to play with your duo, with your best friend. And yeah, it was really fire.
Definitely, it was fire. Y hablando un poquito de lo que fue esa gente, también quería saber cómo lo sintió y cómo lo vio. Dijo que es muy entretenido, que le hubiera gustado tener la oportunidad para poder mostrar todas las habilidades, pero que sí, definitivamente está muy entretenido. Now we know that the crowd is really loud. How did it feel in that stage?
We definitely could feel the crowd in the stage. It was really amazing to play in front of you guys. Thank you so much.
Obviamente le pregunté sobre cómo jugar con todos ustedes acá en el evento y dice que es increíble, que muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí apoyando y gritando. You're free to go. Thank you for the interview. But now I'm going to the loser side. Suga, ¿cómo estás el día de hoy? ¿Cómo fue jugar en tu región, en Latam, con toda esta gente apoyándote?
Fue un sueño hecho realidad, la verdad que me enfoqué 100% en disfrutar el momento, sentir la vibra de la gente. Esto es algo enorme para Latinoamérica, este público es sensacional. Y toda la gente que forma parte de este evento sepan que es de lo mejor que viví en mi vida, y eso que tuve el lujo de ir a muchos eventos, este es sin duda el mejor que he vivido.
Qué increíble, qué emoción. So I was talking to her, I asked her how was playing with all this amazing crowd in LATAM. So she said that it was definitely amazing. The people are crazy, the sound is good, and she was focused on just having a good time and just feeling the vibes and the energy from the whole crowd, and it was definitely amazing. Suga, algo rapidito que decirle a la gente.
Gracias por estar apoyando. Le quiero mandar un saludo muy grande a mis padres que me apoyaron siempre en este sueño de crear contenido de videojuegos y a mi hermana que también me está mirando, y a mi novio que estaba apoyando y filmando toda mi reacción. Gracias.
Qué lindo. Muchas gracias, Suga. So she's basically sending hi to all her family that's watching here. But this is all we have for our show match. I hope you guys like
Man,
this.
Discord එක tag එකේ ඉන්න.
To our most important match. We're
මොකක්ද?
gonna discover who's gonna be the winner of this Masters.
ඔව් මම මැනුවල් නේ දැම්මේ notification
මගේ මේ profile එකේ එන්නේ routing අර text එකේ.
ඔව් මැනුවල් notification එක දැම්මේ.
We just got to see Mix and Knockout's debut, and now I'm here with Anna, head of
Okay,
Valorant Studios, and Leo, head of Valorant Esports. Thanks so much for joining me. How are we?
I mean, I'm great. How can you not be great? It's amazing here. So,
Oh, live
so
in the game.
good.
The atmosphere is quite in Santiago.
I've been shaking since I got here, honestly. I can't believe it.
No, Anna, we just revealed Mix to, I would say, quite some.
live roll එක දාපු ගමන්
How are you feeling?
ඊළඟ cycle එකේ roll එක අයින් වෙනවා
about Mix. You know,
live
like
එක නැහැ කියලා හිතලා
agents are like the most complicated thing we make. They change the game so much every single time we put a new one into game. We put so much thought into it, and sometimes they really land really well. And I'm so excited about this one. I'm a support girly. I am never going to be top in a leaderboard, I can tell you that. Everything I love about it is allow me to play that way, to support my teammates in really special ways, and not actually have to get as many kills, because it's not me.
That team-based utility is like nothing I think we've seen before.
It's going to be so amazing. And then he's just got like green flag energy.
Yes.
Like, he's just super positive vibes, and I just like, we need a little bit of that.
That's what I was struck by. Sometimes Dark World of Valorant setting, it's like a beacon of hope. That was what I got in that cinematic.
Absolutely. I think we need a little bit of all of it, you know, and that represents our player base too. We got some edgelords out there, and then we got some supports, you know.
Absolutely. Now, Leo, this might have been one of the most compelling starts to a Valorant season so far. Tell us, any news on esports fronts? What is ahead for us?
Look, we're very excited. I think we're implementing a number of changes this year. New format for kickoff, which landed well, going to new cities, Santiago, and then London. There's a lot in 26, but we are very excited about the future of Valorant. We've been talking about a number of changes we're going to implement in 27 and beyond. This really feels to us like the beginning of the next chapter of our sport. We've been talking about making the VCT more open, doing more events, going to more places, and having more variety in our sport. And we're going to start announcing things really soon.
I'm excited. I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a fan of VCT than right now.
Oh, yeah. It's been really incredible. And again, hopefully we're going to come back to cities like Santiago more, because we're going to do more events and go where fans are. So.
I've been blown away personally by the reception here and the crowd involvement. How's it feel for you guys to be here in Chile? It's my first time. I don't know about you guys, but this has been an eye-opener for me.
Yeah, I've never been to Chile before. This is incredible. Like, we knew that there was going to be demand for Val to come here, but I think it just like completely blew us away.
It really is.
Yeah.
We got to come back.
It's been fantastic to be able to steal you guys for a moment and get some thoughts and insights, of course. For now, though, let's learn a little bit more about Nongshim's story from Ivy in our HyperX player moment.
사실 딱히 그렇게 큰 감정을 느끼고 있진 않고요. 지금 솔직히 이 마스터즈보다 어센션이 훨씬 더 부담이 크기 때문에 반년 전만 해도 어센션에서 부담감을 많이 느끼고 있었습니다. 하지만 이제는 마스터즈 산티아고에서 매 순간을 즐기고 있습니다.
Get a kill back here, Jaw. There is an army against you, man. They've just taken a fight. It's deathmatch, and it might be the death of G2. Trent doesn't have the bullets to do it. Leaf has to save the day. He certainly is now. Decay starting to come. He wants the spike, and he won't get it. Desperation in the end.
페이퍼렉스 아직 우리 한 번도 안 맞아봤지? 누가 더 위인지 알려줄게. 페이퍼렉스는 아주 공격적인 팀이라고 생각합니다. 그런데 이제 저희랑 페이퍼렉스가 이제 만나게 된다면 아무래도 퍼시픽에서 가장 공격성이 높은 두 팀이기 때문에 아주 피팅 있는 싸움이 되지 않을까 생각합니다. 페이퍼렉스, 너네 아직 우리 같은 팀 안 만나봤지? 한 맞아봐.
What a story we have here today. It's an all-Pacific final. The crowning achievement for a region who so often led the way in playing aggressively and embracing the double duelist play style. It's also the much anticipated first encounter ever between these two teams. Isn't it wild that Nongshim have come up through the ranks so quickly and yet they've never played PRX in an official?
It's so cool to see this happen. We haven't had a regional final since before the partnership era. Even then, for a true regional final, you have to look all the way back to 2021. And for it to be now, this PaperX team, emblematic of the region, versus a brand new squad playing for the first time, it's just so perfect.
It's the legacy of PaperX that they have proved across the years against the Nongshim that had literally to build every single step of the way their own path onto this stage.
It's so astonishing as well. Their last loss was in their Ascension journey at some point, like right at the beginning of that Ascension tournament. Since then, they've been absolutely flawless. But let's dive a little bit deeper into Nongshim's journey. They've made it to the finals in their first ever global event, becoming the first team to go from Premier through Ascension to a global final. This timeline is astonishing.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crazy. You see the three players, Francis, Ivy, and Dambi, playing in Premier together, qualifying to the Challengers, and doing it very well in 2024. Almost, you know, in that, not even making it to Ascend in that overtime against Boom. But yeah, ever since then, even though they fell at the end of last year, they were able to bounce back, and what a way to do so.
That's what makes the story so impressive to me, that they were relegated. They had to start over again, re-earn their spot for 2026 in the league. But they kept that core. Those players that have been with this squad since the beginning, and the success they found this year has been meteoric. They've had a perfect style in the meta. They have not lost a match at this level. It has been a truly unprecedented run from Nongshim.
I think it's also like, because of them being the first seed, I feel like the people have not connected so much with them as we've seen in other events, because we've seen teams having to do a very, very long and difficult run to make it into this final. But at the end of the day, for the longest time, we thought that G2 was going to be the team, being like, oh my god, we can make it, and they got very, very close. But now the chances for Nongshim to become the first team to complete the full journey, to prove that the ecosystem opens the door for anyone playing at home, you can end up on that stage.
Yeah, truly a proof of concept for the path to this global stage. But if Nongshim are the upstarts, then PRX are VCT royalty. They've been one of the most consistent performers on the global stage for years, have been in multiple finals, and have already notched a win in Masters Toronto onto their belts. So now, does another win here in Santiago establish them as the best team in VCT history?
I don't think it puts them there yet, but it puts them on the path. If they could go back to back, have a dominant year, I think that puts them on the course. Winning a second trophy, doing a thing that so few other teams have been able to achieve, would put them exactly on that path. And what's impressive about PaperX is it's been through so many different eras. It's been through so many different years.
Master Sala bu coupling e sent me ala me PRX wala inna kappa thamai habai last
any of these rookie players. It was these guys already making international finals.
Fanatic la dinne Loki inda මොකක්ද කියලා කියලා
But maybe how can you say all of those things and not say that they are the
ආව
best
එක
team?
කැඩි
You say
බාරට
they working so hard. The game has changed. We've seen it in so many different stages.
අනේ කැත වැඩේ හැබැයි මේකෝ මේ ෆයිනල් මැච් එකේ ඉන්ට්‍රස්ට් නැති එක.
In delivering has been PaperX. Yes, okay, the trophy we see.
Entrance එක පෙන්නයි පස්සේ නේ map band එකෙන් පස්සේ
Maybe
දෙන්න
on the way today to get their second trophy. But I think that PaperX has fans all over the world, because it is very
අපිට
difficult
පෙන්නයි
this
පස්සේ
year for them. When specifically
පළයි වෙන්න
talking
කියලා.
about the spectacle of going into the matches on stage and just making the viewers happy, PaperX has to be your favorite team. And it's good to see that, you know, they're a mainstay. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, you will
will find Paper Rex fans.
Not just true competitors, true entertainers are Paper
Ah,
Rex.
muut
Now
pada
it's time
kannata
for our
vähän.
MasterCard fan poll. We're going to keep this one nice and simple for you folks at home. The question is, who will win today's grand final? Will it be Nongshim, Red Force, or Paper Rex? And as always, use those hashtags VCT and Valorant Masters to get involved in the discussion. Not just your answer, you can of course submit that with the QR code down there. I'd love to hear any of your extended thoughts on it. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into the stylistic analysis here between these two teams, because I feel like we're looking at, right now, they're two of the best double duelist teams in the world.
100%.
The question is, which one is the better? What makes PRX's style so distinctly different from Nongshim's, for example?
They've said themselves they feel like they're the emblematic double duelist team. And I think that's true in the variety they play. Look at the agents they've played throughout this tournament. And there is a big difference in the amount of maps they've played. But look at a Paper X who's picking Phoenix, picking Raze. It is switching up even, you know, in a world where Nongshim is basically always playing neon blue. They perfected that. They're the best in the world at that. It's a Paper X that will change their cost, change their style, switch into any different idea and be able to execute on it perfectly. That's what makes them Paper X.
And we have seen a Paper X that has needed to bounce back in this event, going to the lower bracket, playing against AG and then against G2, getting that revenge. But as you're saying, it is different. For the side of Nongshim, they rely a lot on the flexible, actually the explosiveness that Neon has, that fast pace. Dambi, of course, being the highlight of that. For Paper X, is literally playing with your opponents, thinking about all the tools that you can have, and the speed sometimes doesn't have to do with the agents they're playing at all.
This is an interregional final.
Pacific
There's no doubt about that. But it's also head-to-head against sub-regions. Korea, who has always been known as the strategic region, the team who is putting together some of the most creative executes since the beginning of time. But you still see a lot of that in Nongshim's play. In the way that they want to be who's been there since the beginning of Korean personifies Southeast Asia, the hyper-aggression, the willingness to change, to do it on the fly. Paper X succeeds in the raw. That's where they want to be. Nongshim succeeds when they are playing their style, when they're running the executes, running the rounds that they've thought of ahead of time.
They are the practice match, if you think about Paper X and their entire history. Now, in every single one of the encounters that we've seen from Nongshim, we think, oh my god, is this going to be the team that is going to stop them? Are they going to slow them down? Who is going to be dealing with Dambi? Then other issues are starting to appear with Francis going back online on that stage. But according to Paper X, they feel like they're the ones that can, you know,
they're the only ones that really know, because they've scripted them. We know that much. No one else has seen them go head-to-head. Let's dial in on Dambi a little bit here, because Dambi's the one that's basically been on everyone's lips as we've talked about. What has got Nongshim Red Force here? How can we rank this performance so far from Dambi against some of the best performances at Globals in general? And do the numbers even do this guy justice? Because it feels like so much is stylistic and intangible.
It should be like 400 ACS every single one of the maps. You have heard it from every single player that has been asked the question. What is it like going up against Dambi? Does he meet the expectations? And to me, it's not about the agent being oppressive, but the player being singular in the way that he plays it. Yes, we see a lot of the judges. We've seen the Odin. We've seen it succeed in every single one of these very, very electric executes.
නියෝන් එක මේ ෂොට්ගන් එක මේ වැඩි කරන්න ටයිම් එක ගන්න එක අතට ගන්න වෙලා ඕනම ගන්න එක
අන්නන්න ඵලයන්
amazing way that he moves around the map, but also to the rest of the team, what enables him to do though.
I don't think there's been a player at a global Valorant event that has made teams adapt to his style.
ඒ බකිය මං හිතන්නේ එනවත් අඩුයි දස් ටයිම් එක.
ඔව් ජජ් එක නැතුව බකී ගහන්න එකයි.
පට්ට ඉක්මනට
very beginning when one man could take over a server. This is different. This is Dambi not just being incredible in the fragging department, but creating the most.
කට විහානේ මුඩගෙන කියවන සද්දී කරත් නෑ.
වෙනම වොයිස් ට්‍රේනින් යනවා ඇතිනේ දැන් මේ කියවන කියවිල්ලට
කතරේ දෙන්න නැත්නම් අන්තලා මුංගේ
ඉතින් මේකි හොඳයි අර මැච් එක වෙලාව කෑ ගහන ගෑණි
පෑන්සි එහෙමද
ඒ මෙයා නෙමෙයි ඒ ගෑණිට එහෙම කොහොමද
පෑන්සි කොහොමද කියවන කලින් දාන
ඊයේ මැච් එකේ එහෙම පුදුම කෑ ගහිල්ලක් කෑ ගැහුවේ
පුදුම උගර තියනවා මිනිස්සුන්ගේ
Oh, yeah,
On the other side of things, the deeper that PRX have actually gotten into this tournament, the more
අපි මේ එක දිගට
Rise
මැච් තුනක්
had to rise to the occasion.
අපි එක දිගට
Can he become the
මැච්
first
තුනක්
two-time
ගැහුවොත්
MVP
මේ
and
උගුරට
also
දෙන්න
the
ගන්න ඕනේ දා
wins
ගන්න.
today, right? And maybe if he gets
Hopeless
MVP,
field.
let's say
අපි
that,
තව මේ
who
අඩුවෙන්
will
කතා කරලා හරිද
then
මූ
surpass
කියවනවා විතරයි.
Chronicle as the undisputed Valorant GOAT?
You're looking at me for that answer.
Yeah,
You want me to go
I am,
against
yeah.
Chronicle? I will say it is difficult because Chronicle individually is brilliant.
කලින්
but
කිල් ගෝල්
part of my
මේ
heart
ලීඩර්
really
හිටියේ
feels
මේ
like he is.
ඇස්පාස්
Because
නේ.
we're speaking about Dambi doing these things in Neon,
Okay,
but the things that
ඇස්පාස්
Forsaken
ට
has
ඉන්නේ
done
නැහැ හරියට.
almost every single
උන්
agent
කෙලින්ම
we have not seen
අප ෆයිනල් එකේ ඉඳන් මිඩල් ෆයිනල් වැටලා ලෝ ෆයිනල් වැටලා ගෙදරම ගියා.
මට වැහෙන දුකයි අනේ මන්ද ටීම් එක.
Let's now head
Tariq
over
එකත්
to
ගත්තා
Gen Lee,
යකෝ.
who had a chance to catch up both
Red.
Dambi and
ඒක තමයි මං කියන්නේ ඔබට. ඔබ බලන්න එපා මැච් එක.
Out here with our grand finalists, Forsaken of
ගන්නවා
Paper X
ඊටම
and Dambi
BRX
of Nongshim
ප්‍රතික්ෂේප
Red
ගන්නවා දැන්
Forest. Now
BRX
Forsaken,
අදින්නාම.
you said we can
BRX
kill
වලට
Dambi. We're
දිනන්නේ
the only ones that can kill Dambi.
මම
කියන්න බෑ. මේක මැච් පහමයි කියලා මට නම් හිතෙනවා.
I think because we met him on scrim, but not in match. But I learned his movement already, so I can read you.
මම PRX ගහන මැච් එක මේ
스크림에서 많이
පරදින
만나봤기
බව
때문에 담비 선수가
දැනගෙන
거의
බලන
갑판이
පළවෙනි
됐다.
වතාව.
그래서 담비 잡을 거다 이렇게
뭐야?
얘기를 해주거든요. 동의하시나요?
PRX
지금
ලගේ
green
මැච්
담비?
එක
No.
දිනන්නේ නැහැ කියලා දැනගෙන බලන පළවෙනි වතාව.
40이랑 1은 정말 다르다.
Scrim is just scrim.
කලින්
Ping 40
ගෙව්වා
and
මුන්
ping 1
ගහන්නේ
is very
අරම
different.
විදිහට එතකොට ඉතින් කොයි වෙලාවෙ දිනයිද
We
පයිතිද
have
කියලා
the
හිතා
Paper
ගන්න බෑ.
X and the K Paper
මේක
X. Anything you would like to say to each other
But the
before the
KPP
match?
is,
I will slide you before you slide us.
먼저
ඊයේ
슬라이딩
쟁 විකුණලා විකුණලා
쳐가지고
අන්තිමට
잡겠다고
සරාතල්ල එකක්
합니다.
දුන්නා.
담비 선수도 한마디 하시죠.
මොකද නයිෆේ?
Amy trophy.
ඊට පස්සේ කියලා තිබ්බ නේද?
ෆේක් TV එක.
ඒ TV එක වැරදිලාලු කැන්සල් කරේ.
ඔව් වැරදිලා නෙමෙයි.
ප්ලාන්
වැරදිලා TV කරේ කැන්සල් කරේ හිතලා.
ප්ලාන් ගන්න බෑ නැත්තම් ඒක ස්ටික්
වෙලා නැති හින්දා කැන්සල් කරේ. ඌ අර
And go make Pacific
අර
proud.
ඔප් එකෙන් ෆ්ලික් කරනවා වගේ ෆ්ලික් කරේ අල්ටි.
ඔව් ඔය
කැලේ.
No surprise that both of their eyes on an MVP trophy, and they're definitely in the running. Now, earlier we asked you, who do you think will win the grand final? And the results are in. And the PRX fans out there on X are turning up in full force. 78% of you believe
As usual.
that it will be PRX to get yet another global win.
It makes sense. I think that you can look at them as a favorite going into this one. The fans certainly think so. It was such a long road to even get that first trophy. But now I think it's clear that this is a team that going into any finals should really be expected to get another.
Now remember that Nongshim have the double ban advantage as a reward for reaching the final undefeated via the upper bracket. So let's find out just how much of an edge that's going to give them.
සෙකන්ඩ් නේ මම ඒක ගැන බලන්නේ මම මේ කියන්නේ දැන් ෆියුරි ඇවිල්ලා කරේ නිකන් 2-0 කාලා කියන කරේ.
For Master Santiago Grand Finals, first of all, congratulations on reaching this point of the tournament.
ඔව් ෆස්ට් ඊට
Because
විතර ඇවිල්ලා
Nongshim is
කරා
coming
කාලා
from the
ගියා.
upper brackets, they have the advantage of Benny 2
මැප්
maps
බෑන් එක
and
පාඩුයි
choosing
ඉතින්
to
මුන්ට
Team
නෑනේ.
A or Team B.
ආ ඔව්.
Team A. So Nongshim is Team A and Paper X is Team B. So first ban for Nongshim.
Pearl ban. Pearl.
The second ban for Nongshim.
British ban.
පර්ල් නම් බෑන් කරාට කමන්නේ පර්ල් පිස්සු කෙල්නවා ඉතින්.
Reach
The
Reach
first
then.
map pick for Nongshim.
Take Korot.
Corrode, side on Corrode for Paper X.
Defense.
Defense, map pick for Paper X. Abyss, Bindhaven split.
ඔය ෆේවර් එක්ස්ලා ගහන මැප් ටික දින ඇබිස් තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් කේස් එක.
කොරෝඩ්.
Split.
ඇබිස් එක දිනනවා.
ආ නෑ අබිස්.
Side on split for Nongshim.
මේ තණ්ඩා මොකද? RB ද? RB නේ?
Depends.
ඔව්.
ඌන උස්සයි.
ඌ විතරයි දකලා පුරුදු කෙට්ටිට වගේ.
ඌ ලීඩර් බෝඩ් එකට මම මට දකපුදු ඉස්සර. අර
නෑ නෑ මේ කලින් ගැහුවා අනිත් කොරියන් ටීම්
ඔව් නේද? මම ෆෝස් එක කරලා දැනගන්න කලින් මම ඌ තමයි දාන්නේ RB.
Attack, map pick for Paper X. You have Bind or Haven.
ෆෝස් එක කරලා දැනගත්ත පස්සේ.
මේ දවයි ඌ තමයි එක්කන් එන්නේ. IGL හිටලා බලන් ඉන්නවා. IGL නෙමෙයි. දවයි එක්කන් ඉන්නේ. හැම එකකම මැප් පික් එකේ දවයි ආවේ.
Attack. And
Attack.
side on Bind for Paper X.
ඒක නම් මොකද ඉන්නත්
Okay,
කවන්නේ.
that's it. Good luck, have fun.
බෑ. මොනව ගන්නද?
despite Nongshim having the double ban advantage, I think we end up with a pretty reasonably even pool in this best out of 5. Nongshim have a permaban in Pearl, which, well, Paper X are solid at. It's not the top of their map pool. That's gone, but that also means now the permaban of Abyss gets exposed as map 3 for Paper X. The thing about Paper X, I think they're always scheduled to have prep, even on a map they haven't played. This should be a very competitive
that could only be written here. A team that climbed from Premier to the grandest stage in the game, up against the VCT's most mercurial legends. It's the Pacific Final. It's the Grand Final, and it starts right now.
TV again.
With the chance to win back-to-back Masters titles, how much do you think experience will help you tomorrow?
We'll be facing Nongshim for the very first time this year. They cross paths during kickoff.
My question's going to go to Forsaken. Many people consider you guys to be two of the best players in the world. Do you have any words for Nambi?
길다면 길고 짧다면 짧을 수 있겠지만 2년 전까지만 해도 저희는 아마추어에서 경쟁을 하고 있던 선수였고 결승전 진출은 저에게 과정과
විෂුවල් එක ලස්සන
경기 무대라고
හදලා තියෙන
생각합니다.
විදිය සිනමැටෝග්‍රැෆි නියම
이거 막 알아 혼자냐 몰라.
Nongshim is the Denby show.
내가 한 데네.
Nongshim is the Denby show. ඇත්ත ඉතින්.
History will repeat itself.
이제 러시안 들이 또 නැත්තම් මේක මෙච්චර කට්ටිය බලන්නේ.
그다음 꿈꾸는
මේ සින්දුව මම මේ පාර එකට ආසයි.
우승을 한다면은 더 좋을 것 같습니다.
මේකත් හොඳයි අලුත් ඒජන්ට් සින්දුවක් හොඳයි.
여기까지 왔는데.
මේ පාර මේකත් තිබ්බද? පොඩි මියුසිකල් මේකත් තිබ්බෙත් නෑ නේද?
ඒක තියෙන සාමාන්‍ය අරවැනේ තමයි තියන්නේ.
මේ සින්දුව දැන් ඔය යන සින්දුව රිලීස් කරේ?
අර ලොකුටම තියන්න චැම්පියන්ස් එකේ.
ඔව් චැම්පියන්
ඒක
එකේ
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තියෙන පොඩි
මාස්ටර්ස් මේකට ආපු සින්දුව තමයි යන්නේ.
නෑ නෑ මේක මේ ලයිව් ඉවෙන්ට් එකක් ඔය.
නෑ නෑ.
매운맛 많이 보여줄게.
This is the scariest version of Paper X that you're gonna face.
ඒ අර ඩොට් එයා වෙන විදිහට අර පැත්තට ස්විච් වෙන එක එන ලස්සන.
මොකා? අම්මට සෙටි. ලස්සනයි නේද? මන් දැක්ක කලින්. අපි තිබ්බනේ ඔක කලින් පෙන්නන්න.
රෙජි ෆෝම් වලින් හදලා තියෙන එක වැනෙන්නේ.
මේක වෙනස් කරලා.
ඈ? රෙජි ෆෝම්ද? ඒක වැනෙන්නේ.
ඕල් මතන එච්චර හයිය නෑ මං හිතන්නේ ඔය.
සාධාරණයි කටලා යනවා කියන එක.
ප්ලාස්ටික් ඒ වගේ හිතන එහෙම තියෙනවද? Nongshim දැන් මං අහන්නේ නිකමට උතන ඔය DJ එකක් ඉන්නම ඕනේද? ඒ වෙන මාතල්ලක්කේ මුන්ගේ මේ VCT මේ මාස්ටර්ස් එකේ මේ පාරේ කෑ ගහන්නේ තියෙන.
යටිගිරියෙන් කෑ ගහන.
ඔව්. අර මැච් එකේ මෙතනත් කෑ ගහන අර තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කමන්නේ. නමුත් වෙන මාතල්.
මුන්ගේ මේ ප්‍රොනවුන්ස් වෙන ස්පීඩ් නේ. රැප් කරනවා වගේ.
Santiago, thank you guys so much. Make some noise, Chile! I'm so happy to be here. Let's bring all the energy. Vamos, Chile. Let's get loud. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise.
මේ DJ කරන එක මේ දර ඉස්සෙල්ලා ටීම් එකේ ගහපු එක.
අනේ මන්දුවා.
වෙන්නේ.
Es momento de dar la bienvenida a un equipo que quiere repetir internacional, que quiere más. Ellos son
ඉන්නේ කියලා නෙවෙයි කිව්වේ. දෙයියනේ.
මොකක්?
ඔය කියන්නේ නම්.
කන්නාඩි දානවද? කොසෙන් කන්නාඩි දානවද? හරි අය අද තමයි මම මේස තුනක් කඩන්නේ.
කඩලා දෙන්නේ ඇත්තටම.
ඇත්තටම අනිත්‍ය උනුමන් දෙද්දි මම හිතන්නේ එහෙම මේස ගැන ලොකල බලන්න නැතුව ඇති. මූවිත් යොදලා බලන්න දෙනවා.
යකඩ මේසයක්වත් දන්නේ ඌට දාන්න.
Once called princes, and our kings of the Pacific region look to cement their dynasty here in Santiago. But facing them, the young upstarts, the new princes, Nongshim Red Force, who have paved the royal road from Premier to this very stage to stake their claim to the throne.
When Pacific was a minor region, it was 8 international tournaments that RB attended. Failed to bring home a trophy, failed to prove what he could do. Had to watch another team, Genji, be the first. Now it's Pacific on top, the first regional finals of the partnership era, and he's back after this time down in China, after his time off this stage with a team of rookies trying to bring the next generation of Korea to the team that is defined the Pacific, has been one of the most consistent teams in Valorant and are hunting their second trophy.
An already flawless year for the side of Nongshim could end up here with a very tragic loss. On the other side, the possibility they are one best of 5 away from making history and becoming the first Premier team to lift a global trophy here in Santiago. Against them, what some might think is a familiar opponent because of both teams being from Pacific. But as we're saying, this is the first time these two teams are going up against each other in an official game. And the stakes could not be higher.
While Nongshim Red Force have stuck to their guns and played the same style, while the best of Americas, EMEA, China have been thrown in front of them, they are committed to their style. It's a love letter to the game and the way they play it. PRX, though, have been happy and willing to reinvent themselves every step of the way to stay ahead of the competition. And they love nothing more than to knock these upstarts down.
Meta. This is the moment where double duelists, where changing your compositions, where all of that is so strong. It's the moment that they're promised to lift another trophy. But it's so interesting to see standing in opposition a team from their own region who is from nowhere to dominate. This year, but PaperX, they have been on the long journey. They have lost matches. They've done it the hard way, and they know what it takes to win in a BO5, to show up to a match of these stakes and perform.
We were seeing the double duelist clash of styles that we had on the stage. We saw a PaperX that has played a lot, that literally had to grind up their way up from kickoff into this tournament to make it to this grand final. And they will have to play that abyss. We have that guaranteed in that map number 3, something that we have not seen from them yet.
When PaperX was making it to their first global tournaments, when they made that first final back in Copenhagen, the core 3 that came from Premier and Nongshim, they were still kids watching at home, competing on their own, playing in ranked, waiting for that opportunity. It's now a question of if they can defeat the masters of their region. We're going to Corode to start this series, and it's an interesting one for me. PaperX playing this Sentinel comp. They've looked good after changing up some of their style on this map, beating two America's teams here. Can this be the team? Can this be the comp to shut down Dombi on his best map?
We saw GG
Sentinel
struggling a
kena
lot
ganne ne.
against Nongshin, even though changing things around to go specifically against that Neon and the explosiveness. But on the other side, we saw Paper Rex that was flawless against
කරන්නේ අරු කොහොමද
NRG
නියෝන්
yesterday,
ගහන්නේ උතුරු
especially
ඒටන්ලා
on the
බෙදා
defense
ගන්න.
side.
Well,
No,
it's the
Sentinel
grand
kena
final, and
nail.
the Pacific region are already celebrating, so let's send it over to our benevolent
බලන්න
overlords,
ස්මෝක් ලා දෙන්නයි
Achilles
ඩූලෙත්
and
දෙන්නයි
Paper Z.
ඉනිෂියේටර් ඉන්නේ.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another
හරියට ගහනවා නම්
VCT
සෙන්ටිනල්
Pacific.
ඕනේ නැත්තේ.
I'm Achilles.
පොන්ස් තියෙනවා.
That's Paper Thin. And oh, baby, an all-Pacific final here at Masters Santiago. The
Sentinel
region
Legion
has the
weak
trophy secured, but which team is taking it yet to be decided.
It's an insane matchup. Two of the most explosive teams you have on the planet right now. This is the highest entropy you will find in VCT. It should be explosive. And Pacific have been masters of the VCT since Shanghai. Now it's down to the princes and their brothers who are looking to claim their titles.
Nongshin first on the attack at the ready. Odd stack working their way. It's just Forsaken. Tucked in behind this Viper wall. But he gets pushed out. Francis reads it. Finds a headshot. There's that first bloodbound.
Upper bug in
Being shown here by Nongshin. That's a spot that Paper X likes to tuck into.
Envy.
Oh, Envy.
In one tap, Francis now on the floor, back into a 4v4. That's pretty much across the board here for Paper Rex. A little bit more oomph behind this. See if they can find their target. So it's Ivy looking for a timing. Gets caught off guard. Not ready for something. Just jump, plant his feet, and find the headshot. Suddenly, Nongshin reeling a bit here in the pistol. The barrel for the slide across. Envy gonna get caught on the Danby. Finds that kill. The shutdown RB. Trying to clutch it out, but it's going to be Envy to stand a bit taller. 3K over 3K. Paper Rex find the opening pistol.
Phenomenal work here by Envy. His first time in a grand finals. His first time on the global stage. Coming over to Paper Rex and making the most of it to start. Knife out, no problem. Little bit of a jump land. A clean shot from something. Looking to join Stacks and Buzz as trophy lifters from the original Vision Striker squad. The Paper Rex are the ones to strike first blood.
6 players on this stage that have never seen a grand final. Looking to go on that Golden Road here. Alongside Paper Rex joining this year. And already finding themselves on one of the biggest stages that we have to offer. As here's the judge around the corner.
Holy shit.
With the return fire. With
Bandit.
Bandits in hand. It's looking damn clean.
This is something that a lot of teams have been leaning
Shotgun
into.
nahi hoती है और जानी पर.
Oh. Beru netin daun da.
Kill on X Ross. Ivy, however, this time a lot cleaner with the Sheriff. It's Francis trying to get himself tucked in behind the bricks, and I don't think it's going to matter too much because Forsaken has his knife out. Claims the kill, and Nongshin, barring Ching, pulling a rabbit out of the hat. He's going to be tying things up 1-1.
කොච්චර ඉදන් යනවා කියලා මේ ගමහරයන් මු නෙන්ජානජි එක්කනේ මේ ගහන්නේ.
Him down, the recovered judge doing wonders, and just like that, it is already neck and neck.
We can already see some of the ideas here from
ඉන්න
Paper
පහම
Rex.
අල්ලන් ඉන්නේ.
Throw a judge into the mix, try to slow Dombi down, but the Bandits, something that Paper Rex has been working into their rotation, especially on
මඩේ අරුව නයිස් කරේ
be
නේ.
surprised to see a few of them in the mix in the following round here. So potent at close range, that one-tap headshot, absolutely devastating on a map like Corrode in particular. Really set you up for success. Nongshin looking for a little more purchase in towards mid.
මේ මූ වරද්දනමයි ඒක.
Trying to scale.
මම කලිනුත් දැක්කා ඔක.
One bandit, 3 sheriffs.
ඉන්දිකාරයක් මාෆිස් කරන.
It's an all-Pacific final. Let's see if we can really bring Pacific to the stage here in Santiago. Get a trade back on some of these thrifties. X-Ross, however, some different ideas. Able to find two before getting taken down. Now we're just going to be collecting that weapon. Lance is looking for an angle with that outlaw. Slow walk down. Jing hearing the swap of the weapon, swings the corner, and Ivy will have him dead. Something in the eye, trying to see if they can get a bit more damage in. Not pull off the clutch itself.
Going to be tough with that outlaw there for Francis. He's going to have a great angle. No matter which direction they end up coming from.
First hurdle going to be Danby. Sat here, center side. Bottom of hut. With the eye on the swing. Takes his head clean off. And suddenly, you have to start wondering, is it possible? Can they do it? Divine, he says yes. Finds the one. Drop down. Has the read. And has the shot. Welcome to Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. All year long. MasterCard thrifty. Paper X back in the lead.
It's Devi again with the Sheriffs. The guy has been outrageous with them. And he is perfect. Perfect. With all of his timings. Headshot. No problem at all here. Anticipating the peak from Francis. My word.
And we knew coming into this it was going to be an exciting match.
Oh yeah.
And this is already delivering well beyond what we might have anticipated.
මේ රවුන්ඩ් එක පරාදයි. බයික්
Know what to expect given that they've never played against each other. Something now that judge again in hand, able to find the shutdown on the dummy.
මුම්මේ ඩම්බි කවුන්ට් එකක් ගහන්නේ තනිකරම
ඔව් අරු විතරයි මරන්නේ
ඌ විතරයි මැරෙන්නේ
උන් තනිකරම ඩම්බි කවුන්ට් කරන මේ කොම්ප් එකක් ගහන්නේ
On peak though, top of the toxic screen, but showing that Yoru is
Zero
getting a
kills.
couple extra players over on the beat.
Zero නේ
Paper Rex.
ඔව් ඌ ටිල්ට් කරන්නේ
Rotation of Divide potentially.
හැබැයි ඒක එච්චර හොඳ එකක් නෙමෙයි
යකාය වුණොත් කාගේ වේ
නෑ නෑ අයි මේ NRG ලට කරේ අරු නයිෆ් කරා ඌ ඉතින් පස්සේ ගැහුවේම නෑ බ්‍රෝ ඌ බ්‍රෝක් වුණා
Something for now. Alone on A. Being cycled forward in the mid might give Paper X a bit of an idea of what the game plan is here as Francis is going to get caught. Anticipating that second layer, but also Nongshim very slow to try to
ෆ්‍රාන්සිස් නේ අර කලින් මැච් එකේ එක මැප් එක ගන්න තෝ නිතේ ගන්නත් එක
Something's going to happen. He's got that judge in hand.
Yeah.
ඒ 20 එකේද මන්ද
Needs to play it safe. He's got again that vice util as well. Kind of give him a little bit of help.
කැපෙයි යකෝ අයින් යන්න
It's going to be popped here. Devi's already in place to help. Thorns there. Judge at the ready.
Seems like this little back and forth will be coming to an end here. Something greets them at the door. Heartbeat of fall. And it's going to be a flawless for Paper X to move up 3-1.
Already here, Paper X showing
මට මේ මැච් එකේ සම්තිම් ගන්න යන්නේ ඔප්
how
එක
to stop
ඌ
Dami
තත් දෙනවා
here,
අරන්
keep
ඉදී
him from accelerating in the spots where he's going to be able to take
සම්තිම්
space.
හිනා වෙලා හිටියොත් නෑ වැඩේ
At
හරියන්නේ
the point of attack of Dambi every time
හිනා
with
වෙලා
the
හිටියොත්
judge.
මේ
Couple rounds ago,
බ්ලොක් කරලා ත්‍රෝ
it
කරා
was in a link, and here they're just pushing out into B main. So it's 0-4 for that stellar superstar Neon. And that's going to force the timeout early from Nongshim. Try to get this situated, try to get some recuperation. Probably talk about how and when they can start accelerating, how they can get Dambi into places where he can be effective. Where you're not going to fall for those early
ඉති
traps here.
ජීලා එකේ තමයි සම්තිම් ටොප් කරේ සම්තිම් එතනින් මේ ගහන්න අනිත් මැප් දෙකේම MVP
ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මැච් එක මැද්දේ
කවුද ටෝක් කරේ
සම්තිංව මේ ටෝක් කරලා උට මේ නිකන් අර ස්ටෑන්ඩිං මේවා කරලා මේ එක එකව කියන්න ගත්තා ඊට පස්සේ මූ ඒ කියවපුවා මරනවා මරලා මැච් එක මැද්දේම මේ නැගිටලා
ඔබ කියන්නේ යාර මේ අර ස්ට්‍රීම් කරන්නේ කියන්නේ
මට මතක නැහැ මොකද්ද මැච් එක කියලා
ඔව් ස්ට්‍රීම් මම මතක නැහැ අර මේ අනිත් ටීම් මේ චයිනීස් ටීම් මේ ඕල් ගේමර්ස් එක
That mentality talked about in the past.
ඌ නොතපන් ඉතින් තව ටීම් මරු කියලා පැනලා කියලා ගහයි කියලා උදේට ගහ වලියට
Students, we're still the masters. You have to prove that you've earned this title.
තනිකර මේ නැගිටිනවා විතරයි ඒකේ තිබ්බේ
අයම දැක්කද ඊට පස්සේ G2ත් එක්ක ගාවේ මේ PRX නේ මැච් එක බේබි එක කරා උන් දෙනා hina ඊට පස්සේ
ඕනන් hina වෙලා අර
වාදන කරේ උන් දෙනාට hina ඒක
Holds him back for a brief little moment as he's trying to get the slide going.
චිටා කරන් තියාගෙන
How he keeps working these miracles, I do not know. That is Jing 10. Continue to utilize that weapon, trying to lock off that yard position, make it unassailable. Something at the same time, trying to hold the line here on this A site, but has to refract back over to safety. It's the position of Ivy well, just trying to see if he can get a straight tap in, but won't be able to make it happen.
something.
Great poison orb set up. Be now just praying and praying. Seal guard just to take away what few weapons they do have in hand.
Guard करे ना
Away
ये
from that one RB. Trying to TP out. Now the convergent pass as well going to be layered in. Something on the entry up and over, but loses out on multiple players. And the timeout call is absolutely gorgeous. Flawless in reply for Nongshim.
And they get
Ganti bende unte.
big ults away from Paper Rex in that round. And again, it's where Dambi begins his movement, where he's beginning to accelerate. It's before the door this time. Somebody's going to have to teach me how
Mata pudu maru gomari kasi isa kari gahuwe ke.
he's able to get those bullet spreads
Jing.
to land
Yun na
those
nerf karan na
unparalleled.
kala kan ni jud.
And it's just little things that they need to do. Once you get that space, that's
Yeah,
what
then
makes them
narugo
so
vaya
dangerous.
pe
That's what makes them so formidable. Is that they're going to get there, and they have great post plans behind it. They have a bunch of ults to work with. Out there for something. Holding down A.
Hey, he wanna low rank run kan slide did the accuracy.
Envy's been shifted over. The dimensional drift is going to maybe give away his position. Actually, they're checking main. They know that Paper X likes to be aggressive there.
They get the spot. Oh, exit, and something is so damn ready for it. Shuts it down with that shorty. Looking for the peek, but Jing already got the kill on X-Ross. Looking for the flick. Ivy will find something, but Jing is there for the trade back. Suddenly their advantage. Zar being halted in his tracks, needing to try to find some value, but Forsaken just swings out. Takes the fight and takes his life. Damage found now on that flank, and Paper Rex not allowing for Nongshim to start building up momentum.
Yeah, and I think here just with Paper Rex playing further back than they normally would with that operator in hand. A lot of times in the past on this map, it's been them constantly pushing one side or the other, using that operator to try to force their opponents into Devi's side of the map, where that Vice util will be. This time they're a little bit further back. That means the dimensional drift doesn't really get the info that you would normally find in that situation.
अबे something Dambi said आरो गदुन न तदे चू गया है सामने तमा.
Able to shut down Francis before he's even able to get anything going for Nongshim. Just another aggressive mid push, and Paper X has been happy to absorb this space. They don't want to fight for it too often here. Jing
looking for that
एक
catch.
गन्ने के में नॉमजिंग लगे में बंडल में अडिया लस्टंट के लगे नॉने में बोल्ट एक रतु बाड़ एरियंट के गन्ने के
just going to be backpedaling away from A.
टेंथ में
Looks like this is going to be a massive shove through the connector into B. But Jing might be able to find a timing to get in behind. He'll send it to Paranoia, so they're going to be aware of the Omen's position. Slide forward down, looking for that kill, but he will spot it, but does note the two players. Jump around over on that elbow, the swing out, and damn, he collecting both. The Viper Forsaken both going to be eliminated. Jing now here in heaven.
Kala blue ne गाउने.
Able to find the one, something still working his way all the way through B main. He's playing with an operator, and now the pit is placed.
This should be unassailable for Paper Rex.
Should be unassailable. X-Ross dead. The Nightfall available and immediately invested in B. Feels like they have a solid chance to be able to take this one. As there's a spot out, Ivy caught. The pit now gone. RB dead, and Dambi recovering from the decay. Has three players to try to clear, but it cuts him down.
तूना के देने रुके ना मेरे
on the defuse and Paper Rex up 5-2.
देने के मैं हारी तो तूने ना वो
Catch Nongshim overstepping a little bit and getting Envy that Nightfall. Absolutely catastrophic because it cuts away so much of that information you're going to have trying to hold those angles on site. That one right there on the X-Ross went for the peak, paid the price. And then everybody kind of scrambles. The protocols there feel like they fell apart a little bit for Nongshim in that post plant. And you can't give Paper X those opportunities. Now you're on a weak bye. You have one hero rifle in the hands of Ivy. Something again, holding this line. Oh my God.
Shut down onto the critical player. It's Dambi dead again. Ivy working his way through mid is able to find Envy here over the previous round, going to be eliminated. Something still here, still standing. Just get caught by the flash. Just back away. They can't chase in deep enough, fast enough because of the hinder. Plenty of space for that saturate. Ivy needs to come up with a kill, but he cannot. Forsaken just has him outdone once again, and X-Ross cannot get the sheriff drawn fast enough. Two players in the post plant, a Stinger and a Bucky. Francis is looking for some damage. He's the one eating
PRX
it.
ला කොච්චර ගත්තුව ගන්න බෑ අර
He finds the first two.
9 බින්දුව විතර
TP's
එකක්
back across the opposite side. And as he swings, it's to his demise.
නෑ මේ හොඳට දිනලා තියෙන
Catches
මැච්
him by surprise, and that is going to be Paper X now.
අර කම්බැක් වෙනකම්ම ගහනවා
6-2.
අර NRG මැච් එකේම ඊසි විතර කරන්න තිබ්බ PUBG එක
They don't give this team any opportunities. Again, it's another perfect position to counter Dominic before he can even really get rolling.
නෑ නෑ අන්තිම එක මං කියන්නේ
Teams have occasionally found success with so far this year against Nongshim, but not consistently. So far, Paper X has done an excellent job of it. They're not giving those opportunities for kind of the positional mistakes that Tombi can capitalize on. They're hitting good shots. That one in particular from somebody who's been stellar with the operator here in the playoffs. They're going to go pushing.
Trying to bait with that prowler, allowing it to come into him, but that's going to be something. Just scooping up the quick kill. Francis now dead. Every twist and turn.
something හොයන්නේ අරුව තමයි
අරු කලින් ගා එක වෙලේ
Different looks every round. I mean, Paper X has been showing them a very deep playbook. Now with that wall popped, they're going to have a couple players here in place. Thorns to open this up.
Looking for that timing. Divine swinging forward, will be overwhelmed. Shot connecting, but not getting the elimination. Now and Tommy's able to find Envy. Player advantage here in the hands of Nongshim.
Something, yeah, Dios.
Actually, 3-player wrap, at least the 2. Come towards A main, RB. About to find out, though, that Forsaken has scaled a lot further forward than he might have anticipated, so suddenly we're back to parity.
Forsaken's got a pit if he gets in deep enough.
One of the players playing, he could just, walk forward, but does still have that spike and belt. DP up on top of Hot. Tommy is there, in position, finds the punish. Looking for the slide down, a bite, layered in. Ivy just trying to delay as much as humanly possible. The slide, and Tommy just going to be a hair off. Forsaken into a 1v1, or rather something into a 1v1. Forsaken does fall, but the time is just not going to be there, so he has to make his exit, backing away. Ivy looking for the kill, won't be able to find it. He will go down to this spike, but Nongshim do barely manage to bring back the round.
It's something, that's for sure, but this time they're able to get just enough space. Paper X playing a little bit more towards B lane.
එතන දිවාය බය වුණා නේ මන්ද.
The Razor Vine's there. Get that ult going for Dombi. That shot just not connecting onto RB. Good read there as well onto Jing's tendencies with the TPs. Okay, Nongshim keeping it close.
Doing their damnedest, still down by 3, a chance to try to rescue this, run this back into a 6-6 half, but you need to get that momentum built up. Consecutive rounds have eluded them thus far.
Another very different look here for Paper X. Leading the op in towards mid. Not seeing anything, so.
Let's see Ivy.
Ivy,
lucky to be alive. He's anticipating this repeat, and he wins it out. A critical find for him, but Divide at the same time able to find Damby back over on the B side.
Oh, doesn't it?
Francis forward, tucked into the coming Prowler. Chase does get cleared. And RB dead as he tries to TP over to get the spike planted, but the return fire looking decent, but Envy, was looking excellent for a brief little moment. Once again, Ivy here in that 1v1, but no real clue where the hell Jing could be. He's got 56 seconds to play around with. He's going to make his exit. Would have gotten over towards this B site.
It's a really nice read here from Ivy.
Oh?
Great
කලින්
understanding
ටීම් එකෙන් නිකන් දඟල් දාලා බැඳලා දීලාද කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ
අයියේ
ඉතින් ඌ කලින් ඕම ගහලා රෙකෝඩ් කියපු කිසිම එකක් නෙන්නේ
Such a stellar clutch player for Nongshim. Coming into this, their opening match, he was outrageously good. He's got another chance for some real damage. Jing, no ult available. Just gonna have to hoof it on foot. Does have the paranoia. Find Ivy out. Could find an opportunity to use that ability to shut this one down. Ivy gonna tuck in towards elbow though. Try to play off the tap, so the spikes, it looks like.
Would give away his position once he lobs it through. Smoke now in. Jing able to hold this one up the half. He's going to try to just stick it. Ivy!
What the heck?
Doesn't manage to find the kill!
දිනන්න ඕනේ දිනන්නේ
shuts him down and secures the lead at the half.
And Jing
අවුරුදු මත
also
කෙලින්නේ ආව ගන්න හරව ගන්න
positions
නැතුව.
himself on the opposite side of the spike where you'd probably expect the player to be defusing. And I think that catches Ivy off guard just a little bit. Envy, huge 2K there. Lock this down, and oh my, you're getting the second timeout already coming in for Nongshim. They feel like they've got to get a couple more rounds here on this attack side.
They know they need the next two. Struggling on the attack, not something
Coinbase.
that Nongshim are used to at all. Zoom back in.
Coinbase के ऐड के मुली मरा रहा हूँ मक्कर के ना बाबा निकम हैक कोना आगे हीलिंग है का है बता
But he is not
नहीं यार
dominating. He
नील
is
पर
not running
मतलब
all
नील
over
के मैच
Paper
से निकम
Rex.
कोटो
What
की
they've
तरह
been
क्या
able to do
विल्ला
against every
नील
single
पर
team
रहा हूँ क्या
that
क्या
they've faced on their run to this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paper X just isn't giving him many
අඩු වේදන්
opportunities.
ඇඩ්ඩේවා.
Dombi is often looking to
एक एक में है
find a moment
Any
where he
way.
can punish either
लासन
your
है
default
ऐड
position where he knows where you're going to be so he can relay bolt or just run past you, whatever it may be. Or he's
Break
looking
free
for
of
mistakes where you're
break
going to
free
throw
of
a
the
piece of
cycles and
utility
cut the
and
money
reveal your
keep it.
position. But Paper X is playing it really close to the vest, and when they're not, they've got layers behind what they're doing to make sure that they've got that kill onto Dombi, that they can take him out of the equation and then deal with the rest of the team from there. Feeling like if he's not there, force the impetus onto Francis, onto Ivy, onto X-Ross, onto RB to step up and beat them in 1v1s. And I guarantee Paper X likes those odds.
Something. Once again, that judge in hand looking for the early shutdown. Second will be eating some damage, but do they read this position? No, they don't.
මං
quite
හිතුවේ යයි
know.
කියලා මම.
2 kills still going to be found for something.
දෙක හමාරක්
Finally
කහගත්තා.
able to take him out of the equation.
ඕනේ මේ උන් දෙන්න ඉතින්
This time it doesn't feel like Nongshim's going to be able to
දෙක
win
හමාරේ
the
අරුව
magic
පොඩ්ඩක්
off the
දෙමින්
back of
විතරයි
the
හොඳ.
timeout.
ඒක තමයි
On Envy, it's over clearing A main, trying to set up for the flank just in
ඌ
case.
ගියේ නැත්තේ යාර ඉවරයි ඇති මම හිතන්නේ.
මත අන්ති දප්පර ඉවරුණා. මේ යුරුඩ ගහලා ඉවරයි ඉවරුණා.
Fine to keep 3 players here on B.
Exactly. It's going to have to be something brilliant. Got a couple shotguns and a bandit. Do you risk it and throw an ult in here?
හරි ෆ්ලෑෂ් කරා.
Get into a post plant. Ivy's got the pit.
And Dubai, he's got the angle and he's got all 3. One by one they fall. One by one, Paper
That's the mouse pad in it.
these round wins.
ගොඩක් උන් ආටිසන් එක එන්න තමයි.
Loving the game prep here for Paper Rex. It's so hard to get a read as Nongshim on
Yeah, ඒ size ලොකු වෙන mouse pad නෑ
They
වෙන.
haven't shown you since very early on in the half.
ඌ මරන්න වෙලා ගියා ඒකයි
With the
මේ.
shotgun tucked into the
ගන්නන්.
corner. So it's hard when you're in the heat of the moment.
නෑ ඒ
Things are
වගේම
going sideways
shotgun
to
එකේ
remember
bullets
that
ඉවරයි
far back to some of the ideas that Paper
ඔය
Rex
ඒක
have
අරුටම
shown
බුලට්
you.
තුනක් තිබ්බනේ.
This time, just for sake of
අන්තිම ෂොට් එක ගහද්දි රීලෝඩ් එකක් වුණා නැත්තම් අනිකවත් මරනවා එතන
Could clear the Prowler though, and a follow-up.
දැන් චෙක් කරලා.
Leaning in this direction.
That pass hit yet again. Paranoia connecting on him, taking down the side forward. Able to find Envy. Turns back in.
දැන් මල පැනලාද කොහෙද?
Will fall, but Dambi collects the second elimination. Dubai. Not going to be able to shut him down this time. Dambi maybe starting to find his footing coming alive here on the
9-3
stage.
නෑ ඒ කිය.
Pit now going to be invested as well. As Nongshim know how
Yes,
desperately they
correct.
need this final round of the half. And Dambi going to be able to find himself a 4th. Something dead. Now it's all on Jing. Quickly be cleaned up. So 8-4 at the
දැන්
half.
කොහොමරි ෆෝම් එකට ආවා අන්තිමට.
Really interesting stuff that we're seeing. Paper Rex so
මතන්
far
ඌ
has
ඒත්
a
මම හිතන්නේ මේ
that time you're
ටීම්
able to
එම්
use the Nightfall to give Dombi the space that he needs.
ඒ උට එන්න දුන්නේ නෑනේ හැම එකේම කොහෙන් හරි ෂොට් ගන්න හීන්
මොනද
කෙනෙක්.
කලින් හිටියේ මැද දැන් ආයෙ මම හිතන්නේ MVP. මම අනිත් උන් ගහලා තිබ්බේ නෑ මම හිතුවා.
It's the fourth to make sure that there's no real hope here. Gonna need more of that. Gets the fourth to make sure that there's no real hope here.
We do have Valina who's standing by with a very special guest. Always love to hear from him. So let's send it over to her and hear from none of the tens.
Hola Santiago, estamos aquí contentos para hacerle unas preguntitas. The crowd is going crazy. They love you, Tens. I just want to know, how are you seeing this venue? Are you liking it? What are your thoughts on Chile so far, too?
Yeah, so far, Chile's been awesome. I mean, the atmosphere, the crowd here, they go absolutely wild. You guys have been really loud out there.
आगे डाला कि के ज़्यादा
And yeah, the games have been fantastic.
Y bueno, obviamente preguntarle cómo ha sido Chile, qué piensa usted. Dice que ustedes son una locura, todos los que están aquí también alentando, gritando. Ya la energía es increíble, los matches también han sido impresionantes. But now I want to know, I see you're wearing the Nongshim shirt. Are you going for them? Are you rooting for them? And what's your predict for this finals?
So, my heart's divided. I'm rooting for both teams. I do think Paper X is actually the favorites to win. I wanted the Nongshim team. I mean, I think their story is just so beautiful. Working their way from the
red team में नहीं बार लंका मौका दिनों बार मैं radio station है ये लोग यो मुकद्दम मारा बात तो करने
सामने रेडियो चैनल लेके अभी कस्टम आ रही है
एक ही नाम में इतना है मगर नहीं बस
combine or trade again.
Stage increíble, entonces quiere mostrar ese apoyo para estos chicos. Esto es todo lo que tenemos por la entrevista. Thank you very much for this interview. Do you want to wave and say hi to this amazing venue we have here? Chile!
RB shirt है देना किन्हें रू?
Good to hear from Tens, but thank you very much. Is aligned with the rest of us, just wanting to see that solid series, wanting to see that titanic clash that's been long since promised between these two squads. For now, Paper X, they have had the upper hand. And that's the thing that's most terrifying about this squad. When everyone is shooting the way that they are, they look unstoppable.
They've been there. They've done that. This is their fourth global grand finals ever. And they've already got one trophy. You could bet they're chomping at the bit to get another one to prove that they're certainly one of, if not the best to ever play the game. Slowly work their way up A, but this mid push, three-man push, completely unaccounted for. Envy maybe finding out the hard way.
He's good for the first, looking for that second, but continues to slide across, dragging the attention, dragging across here. Well, X-Ross under some fire, the swing coming in Dubai. On the approach around the back, X-Ross gets a read of it though, turns back, facing forward, finding himself a third. Now suddenly it's Jing, the 1v3, the quick fade away. Now be dead on the floor, Ghost recovered. Jing trying to make a go of this one, but RB takes him down to 14, the spike now collected. Still on the approach. The swing around the back, and Jing just no idea where RB has gotten off to. Will just swoop forward into RB's open grasp. Pistol goes the way of Nongshim.
Just fantastic stuff from X-Ross. A long-time player for Nongshim, but a new addition to the main roster.
ये तो डैम्बी
He's had a couple big ones.
ट्रिक के बाद चल उदान उठा गहन के लोग किया नहीं तो उन्हें
In Pacific, he really was electric. He just holds the line, holds the sight. That's got to feel good. That's got to feel like some weight off your shoulders here. That pistol going to give you a really good shout into this. Just a Sheriff, one Bandit for Envy, Shorty for Forsaken.
Why the hell not?
Definitely not the player you'd expect in this composition to have the Shorty. I think it might be something, but you know what? You never know with Paper X what they've got up their sleeve.
Not worth trying to figure out.
I don't know why I'm bothering.
We're just trying to keep note. Zangles around mid. Bottom of the buy. Relay bolt going to be lobbed in there. Divide barely survives. Walking away quite
one fish.
some of that damage, but no. He's taken down that single
Literally
digit. Well, Forsaken leading the charge, pushing forward with that Shorty in hand. Will be to his doom, but that second layer coming in, Jing.
Forsaken मुकाते करे Shorty को तरंगी दारू के अंदर
और इन्हें दिखने देता है नत्ते बंगी तन
Slowly eking its way forward, waiting for the smoke to blow.
ट्रैक के लिए नहीं है
Cover Envy, just waiting on those timing shots. Jump down, get the plant in action.
दीवार तावा तो ना नरमा
Ross able to find Divide. Finishing off the earlier job. Nongshim in with a player advantage. In the hands of something, however, is
හරි හරි උඩින් දෙන්න ඉවරයි.
certainly has to be a consideration and a concern. It's the double swing there at Heaven, but Dambi able to flush them both out. Now it's just X-Ross to find the finisher, and Nongshim.
අරුණ ෆ්‍රී ෆයර් එක තියලා හරුණක් ගහනවා කික් නැතත්.
Bring this back to a 2-round deficit. And if they can find a bonus conversion, then oh goodness me.
Then you start to be a little bit concerned. If you're in the Paper X camp. Just really nice stuff from Dambi, showing that it isn't all just his neon movement and ability, it's also his individual, just pure mechanical skill is quite high.
අවංගේ ෆෝස් එකෙන් තමයි ඉතින් ගහන්නේ.
For Nongshim. Painful, you know, Paper X at least able to get the plant down, get a little bit of extra cash out of it, but still going to be a couple players with half armors, one with regen in terms of Forsaken. And it's going to be not the heaviest of purchases, though, for Nongshim, but they're going to stack heavy over towards B. Meanwhile, Paper X actually spreading the map, looking for that aggressive push, looking for that attack lane that Dambi's going to take. So taking some angles where you'd have a favorable chance to at least do some damage to him before you can really get in your face.
Main control, usually something that Paper X do try to lean into, do try to establish early on, but gamble this time for Nongshim, not necessarily going to pay off. Envy still working his way over there. Give them a chance. We'll send out that Prowler. Confirmation now that the Paranoid goes flying, he's able to back away. Forsaken on the scale forward, catching Ivy completely off guard. That A site is wide open. Dambi not able to find Envy. He holds his own for one. Backpedals, shifting over to the side, but still is into the fight. Turns the flash, looks for a little bit more. Able to come up with the goods.
දැක දැකනේ එනවම දැනක දැක එතෙන්ටම වෙලා හිටියා ඒකට දුවන්න ඕන තරම් වෙලා තිබ්බා ස්පෝන්.
Soul to try to play him in, keep him tucked away, keep him a mystery. TP forward, he now strikes. The blind there on Francis. He finds the second, looks for the third. X-Ross has managed to shut him down. Two players surviving.
දෙන්න ඉතුරුනේ කොහොම තිබ්බද?
Yeah, I mean, you can see again, even on this side of the map, how prepared Paper Rex is for Dambi's ability to just try to punish you. Again, it's Dambi waiting for that piece of util that you throw out. Then he's going to accelerate, come at you, and Envy plays this really, really nice.
Fade. මරණාසන්න ඉඳලා දෙන්න ඉන්න එක.
Welcome to the Sangam Coliseum. But it's their ability to be prepared, really giving them that extra little boost. Still only 3 rounds though, still Nongshim has so much fight in them. And they can still punish you if you give them any opportunity. Here's that B main control you were just talking about. One away from a convergent pass for something. Everybody else, Envy not too far away, 2 more kills and he'll get it, but it's going to be that slow take forward. Spot on the Wall's actually up in mid here this time for Paper Rex, and they're going to try to cut off that mid rotation, use the extremities of the map themselves. Just waiting, just trying to suss out if, you know, Nongshim's ever going to try to turn on the Jets, but Nongshim also wants to play the patient game, so kind of both teams anticipating that speed and aggression would be their opponent's sort of go-to.
Francis push forward. Forsaken on
Kena
that
kalian
late
para
look.
gila wana una
That A side of the map potentially go for the pivot, but now there is no further recourse. They have to push forward. They have to try to get the plant down here on this B site. Refract out the flood in from Nongshim. Want to pull off the retake as Jing, however, on the swing finds himself a second, but Dambi Nongshim not looking to have this map slip from their grasp. It's their opening pick here in this grand final. And it's now within 2 rounds.
It's good reads here. This is a big kill for Francis because you're killing Forsaken. He's oftentimes going to be one of the players that's out on his own. So it gives them a really good read that they can play for that flood, that fast rotation over towards B. Just in a perfect position to shut it right down before it even starts. Just in a rotation over to really good read that they can play for that flood, that fast rotation over towards B. Even start.
Just a bit too close by. Wanting to make sure that his team and secure this win, not reopen that door, not let this map go, because they know how important this corrode is. You've got Split coming up as that second map. Paper Rex have looked like the best team in the world on Split so far during this tournament. So you're well set up to have a 2-0 start to immediately take this to match point, force Nongshim into a position where they would have to reverse sweep in their first ever Grand Finals appearance. Getting this corrode is absolutely monstrous for Paper Rex's hopes.
Absolutely, and they've been getting better and better and better on this map as time has gone on, even though it has been a favored one of Nongshim throughout this year. Paper Rex has shown that their ability to adapt, their ability to work the map, win so many of those contact fights at the mains has given teams a lot of problems, but Paper Rex has looked pretty scared so far. So is this going to be them trying to challenge those mains a little bit more, trying to play for some of that positional battle a little bit sooner? Sprays through there to try to keep X-Ross safe, but instead it's just going to be another orb collected, a second, well, a third ult. Ooh, miss on Envy.
Able to find the punish. Still alive, still with that Nightfall. Should they feel they have earned the space to open up with it? Jing, however, getting tagged low, as is something. Refracts all the way out, but Jing pushing forward quickly, dispatches Dambi. Bandit yet again doing wonders, but he cannot steady the spray to find RB. Ends up being that 1-for-1. While the rotation's back, Francis setting up that gate crash all the way across towards the B side of the map. Able to join in, reinforce alongside Ivy.
I wouldn't have minded seeing Jing TP out of that spot there, but Snakebite at least going to force Ivy back. Something, though, getting lit up on the way in. The rest of the team hasn't been able to join him, so X-Ross tucked in the corner.
Peek out, and Francis able to find Indy from on high. Device still going to be good with the Sheriff. Cleans up one, needs a hell of a lot more, and at the moment he is completely boxed in, now flushed out. Something good for the one kill, but Ivy gets a drag across, finds the headshot. Timeout call not going to be leading to a thrifty here for Paper Rex. The strategy was set to be ahead of this next buy round.
And all of a sudden, this feels like a must-win round for Paper Rex in this map, because their economy is going to be in the dumpster. The most credits anybody's going to have behind this buy is Divide with 350, and you have 3 ults, 2 of them really, really big ones. The Convergent Paths and the Nightfall going to be available. A little bit of sweat there for the Nongshim staff, and Alex trying to keep it together so far. Paranoia to back Forsaken off there. Just trying to take some A-main space, but Paper Rex gonna a little bit of lingering. Still just thinking that eventually Nongshim's gonna want to try to push a player in through mid, but Nongshim's just been playing Absorb. Letting them take a little bit of space, make the good read, go for the flood, and they've got a great read going right here.
Now it's exchanged. You know how far forward something is now that Refract expired. Turning back over towards man and X-Ross, taking that first fight, something gonna fall, and X-Ross finds the double up. Envy now dead. We'll find the final, not allowing for an ace to come through, but it's a flawless round as Nongshim tied up 9-9.
He's just rock solid on that A site. X-Ross just not giving him anything. Oh my God, that fourth, that tap.
And that is more of the X-Ross that we were seeing back at kickoff that caught them that first seed. And now, second time out of Paper Rex.
That X-Ross just not giving him anything. Oh my God, that fourth, that tap.
9-9.
He's just rock solid on that A site.
Barely trying to challenge anything early.
X-Ross just not giving him anything. Oh my God, that fourth, that tap. Okay, that's probably the most they're sending through Link for this split.
9-9. Yay, partidino.
Just end the round.
खाना में मैप तो ना गाइस बंदा एक मिनट दिया
You're just chewing through them.
मन्ना दारी बुद्धिमान नहीं थी मत.
Away from having that next steel garden in, but same could be said for Nongshim. The overdrive nearly there. Francis one away from that dimensional drift.
stats update नहीं डा सारे के. VLR के.
Damn sure that
मैच चेक करने का.
is going to be coming through.
मना दे.
Stats update in any VLR is there?
ඒක අප්ඩේට් වෙන්න නැත්නම් බොටාගෙත් වෙන්නන්නේ.
මේක හිස් කිරීම කියන්නේ ස්කෝර් එක තියෙනවා kills නෑ.
එන අප්ඩේට් කරලා නේද.
We'll play for it. Has the op set up. Casey snaps back with that gate crash. Collect that and provide cover at range.
See, Paper X realizes their own tricks.
Oh, they didn't send it into the corner, but something is swinging out a little bit wider, so just avoid getting one shot. Francis exits with 5 HP. Meanwhile, RB reaching Forsaken again.
Hito Mia.
Continuing to try to attack these lurks to get forward on to A. But Nongshim continue to suss it out and find the timing.
Just veteran presence, veteran awareness from RB. Out reading Forsaken. Who at times looks like just a genius of some of his lurks, but RB beat him to the punch.
He's playing a very deep angle. He's only going to be able to find one more, so weapon going to be given over. Francis at 5 HP. That could end up being costly, but Extros again! Continues to hold the door. Puts Jing to 45 before he finally falls, and Dami now perfect position. Will find the punish, and Nongshim find themselves in the lead.
That's his sight. You're going to have to commit a lot more to deal with him. You need to get some util to unbalance Extros. Goodness. But this right here. Oh, the first one.
Nice.
Disgusting. ADS in. Makes that Vandal look like a sniper rifle. And now it's starting to show. Now you got a bunch of ults to counter here.
This is where the chaos can really ensue. Paper X wanting to up the pace. It's been slow going these last several rounds. They're going to try to change it up a little bit. Tag down low. Blind shots from something, putting him down to 30. Well, RB caught on time. Able to find him this time around. Cleans up the kill, but already Nongshim getting their forces in position to hold the line here on this A side, but Dami now going to be traded out. Player advantage at the moment. Over to the side of Paper Rex. Forsaken expounds upon that, finding Ivy. Now it's just Francis and Extros. Trying to see if they can take this up to 11.
It's a great scramble recovery here from Paper Rex. Really good use of their util to close off that A-Link angle. The Thorns and the Poison Cloud.
හරියට ගහන්න එකක්. ඒත් ෂුවර් නෑ අනුරාධ. එකක් පින්නව කෙනෙක්.
The smoke, the shorty, looking for a target, but now Extros all alone. The swing out, Forsaken has him. 3 kills, and we get tied up 10 to 10.
This is just something I've been kind of looking for from Paper Rex. They've been playing very slow by their standards throughout a lot of this half. This is the one where they finally turn up the tempo. And again, really good util usage. The counter here to when the dimensional drift gets put into play is for them to immediately start holding entry angles from A-Link and other sides. Forsaken does a great job reacting to that, anticipating that he's going to be getting pinged out, so he can be in a position to punish that if he reads it correctly, and he does. Baiting here for Francis.
Trying to. And he's
holy
shot through the wall.
Oh man.
Something dead. RB. Filling space forward into the smoke. Eventually will be fished out of it. My goodness. What an opening kill from Francis. And everything the Paper X had in mind.
ඒකන උන්ගේම මේ ප්ලේ එකක් ඔප් එක ගාලා එකේ.
Brilliant setup from
රෝඩ් ගෙවම මතයි.
Diverting those prowlers so Francis doesn't have to deal with it. Then he just goes for the big shot and hits.
Now the reposition in the mid. The spot on the 1. The gate crash out to safety. Spike collected. Right. Has been spotted. Has been worked lower. Jing. Solid shutdown on the Dami on the slide, but so right there playing alongside the Neon. Now it is just a Vi. They know exactly where he is. At least they should. Scale forward. There is that wall set up from behind Ivy. Leading to pop it to draw the attention. As the Vi gets closer and closer, trying to play an X-Ross, but I don't even know if he needs the assist. Sweep the corner. They will be able to find Francis still fighting as much as he possibly can, but the Vi just cannot do enough in this round. Trying to get it back into Paper X's favor. Nongshim once again in the lead.
Gotta find some
අවුරු එක ෂොට් එකක් තිබ්බින්ද උනේ.
as Paper Rex. But you're just a lot of times getting beat to the punch, or the round you did win, you just kind of got in there so fast. Yeah, just the peak there from Envy made it too easy for Francis. But now you got to start thinking back to those 2 timeouts. Coaches really understand their team and how they play this map and where they're more effective. They knew this defender side would be better. Here we go. Convergent pass in, Nightfall in. Goodbye.
Finding one convergent pass, finding the other push forward into the
Hey,
smoke.
Dambi atule hello.
Dambi still alive here on the side, sliding forward, trying to hold this door as much as he possibly can, but he just cannot.
Dambi නෙමෙයිනේ මේ පොස් කියන එක නිකන්
Dambi atule ඉතින් extras තමයි ගහන්නේ. ඒ
ඩම්බිගේ මේ හින්න එකම ඩම්බිටම දුන්නා.
Will have him outdone. The flick not connecting as we get tied up once again.
He didn't scoop up the op. I was kind of curious if maybe he would think about it, but passes it up. Just a wombo combo here. There's nothing you can do if you're on this side. Literally the convergent pass in the night.
lead තිබ්බල ගහන්නද දැන් ගහන්න වටා.
The plant spots itself. You're just done. You're cooked.
What do
Okay, finally use those ults. Finally get some value out of it, but it's so late. Not going to be able to cycle into those again. And you're going to have to rely on getting to a pit, using that steel garden, maybe open up some space for you. The news is you knocked the op out of Francis's hands. He's been really sturdy with it.
And the money just hasn't been good. Haven't been able to build that up on the entry. Ooh, Francis, but he's unable to find that kill. Just a smattering of damage, something down to 70. Backing away a bit, cutting the noise. They still want to try to rescale though.
I like this though. This pause is making Nongshim think they rotated.
Dambi a world away, obviously can join back in very quickly as the Neon does have that overdrive. Francis, he had never moved, so Forsaken, it's an obvious place for him to check. Immediately finds the kill. Steel Garden will just keep them zoned back, stop them from flooding forward for a little bit longer. Paranoia does connect on the 4.
Dambi no කටිය ගනවා මේක රවුන්ඩ් ආ තියෙන.
Something. RB with 2.
RB අතල දුන්නා.
හරි
හරි.
කොහොමද තිබ්බ එකක් 10 2 2.
Lobs in that bite. Looking for some damage. Gets a bit there.
හරි.
Continues
හරි. පුකේ අර ගොම් හරක් දෙන්න.
ඒ හොඳ නෑ මුන්නේ.
ෂෝටියෙන් ගහන්න කියන පිට් එකක් ඉන්නවා කියලා ඉතල ඉන්න එක හිටියා කියලා මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ
Oh, this is just incredible from Nongshim. A great read early here by Paper Rex. They get into the site, they shut Dambi down. It's a 5v3, but RB on the outside of the pit finds 2 huge kills, and it's Xros again. Says, yeah, I wasn't here this time to defend it, but it's still my site.
They were just so unprepared for RB.
නෑ ඊට පස්සේ ගහන් තිබ්බ පොසේකන්ට ජින්ට. ඉස්කෝ නෙල්.
Paper Rex needing this round win to take us into that OT, but look at the ult on the other side. The pit immediately invested by Ivy. Xros there as well, backing him up.
අන්න එලෙස පළවෙනි මැප් එක පරාදයි.
දෙවන මැප් එකට යන්න.
ඔව් දැන් දෙවෙනි මැප් එකට යන්න.
Dissuades Forsaken from swinging further. RB
අට හිතන වගේ ලීඩ් එකක් තිබිලා දිනා ගන්න බැරි නම් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ.
to Dambi.
පහක් රවුන්ඩ්.
Tucked away at yard, a judge in hand.
හිතන ගැන මම ඊට පස්සේ රවුන්ඩ් 3 නේ දිනලා තියෙන්නේ.
Sound connects at least onto the divide. Poison orb going to be chucked forward. RB just clears the thorns for
කලින් රවුන්ඩ් එක නම් දිනන්න තිබ්බා. උරු ගෑන්න දෙයක් නැහැ දිනලා තිබ්බ රවුන්ඩ් එක.
staying statuesque, not
Oh,
wanting to
මරනවා
make a peek.
මේක කනවා අරු ලොග් ගන්න යක් අතේ තියයි.
tok.
Back across, swing the corner, finds one Forsaken dead, looks for a hell of a lot more, and something down low.
tok.
Weapon scooped up, Dambi out like a thief in the night. Thank you very much for the vandal.
ඉවරයි කියලා දැනගත්තා මම අර ඉස්කෝ එක අල්ලපු වෙලාව.
Stranded. Corralled in mid,
Hurry,
Jing
that's it.
trooping forward to his death.
Ilang
Francis is there.
end.
Swapping positions as it is just a by left.
අනේ මේ ගහන්න නෑ පය.
Second, it would have to be an ace clutch.
ඔව් ටීත් යනවා ඊට පස්සේ.
නිදාගන්නත් නෑ.
The next one to take the fight, Dubai.
අනේ නිදාගන්න ඕනේ
Here's the
අකෝ.
approach, but the time is getting away from him.
අරුන්ගේ ෆේඩ් ඉන්න ගන්න දිරන්න වෙන්නේ
Arriving at backside the line on the snake bite, Dubai nearly dead. And the round is over, the map is gone. Nongshim struggle at the start, but they show us why they picked Garou.
Really impressive stuff from both teams. Showing good understanding, good preparation.
අර මුල් ටිකේ ගැහුවේ නැත්නම් එහෙම දැන් දෙවෙනි මැප් එකෙත් භාගයක් ගිහිල්ලා.
Obviously frustrations there from the PaperX camp, feeling like they should have been able to win this one.
Look at
But
this.
this is far from over. Split is coming up next.
We're used to this style, guys.
Yeah, boy. I think today is either gonna win fast or lose fast, dude. It's kind of aggressive, dude.
ඒක නම් උන්නේ මැදනේ හිසිය හුලං ගියා වගේ කට්ටියගේ. මුල පටන් ගත්තා හුලං ගියා කට්ටිය. අම්මලි.
අරුන්ගේ ඇටැක් එක කවුන්ට් කරා අරුන් උන්ගේ ඇටැක් කවුන්ට් කරා. එයා ඩිසන්ට තිබ්බ රවුන්ඩ් 4ක් විතර කෑවා.
අපි වෙන වීඩියෝ එකක් බලමු. මේ පොතේ
ඉසි කොහොමද ඇබිස් එක ලොවෙත් කනවා. එතකොට මැප් තුනෙන්
Ning Xing night mode on night mode off spoilers on amma spoilers open up
ඔලේ හොඳ නෑ උන්ගේ අර දිනන්න තිබ්බ රවුන්ඩ් කීයක් වික්කද? පළවෙනි බයි රවුන්ඩ් එක වික්කා.
ඕන් අර හැක් වෙච්ච එක ආවා.
කෙච් එක.
ඕක හොඳයි කලින් ගිය පාරකේ තිබ්බේ මේ අර ඩොස් එකේ වගේ ඉන්ටර්ෆේස් අකුරු විතරයි තිබ්බේ.
මාකටිං ස්ට්‍රැටජි එක මාරු.
ඔය තප්පර ගන්න මොන වියදමක්ද?
ඇඩ් එක ගන්න ගියේ විතර විතරයි.
ඇඩ්ඩක් පේදී මොකද්ද මේ කියලා කට්ටිය බලන් ඉන්නවනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක හිතා ගන්න බෑනේ කොයින් බේස් එකක් කියලා එකපාරට.
ඔය කොයින් බේස් එකේ අදහස යනවද ඔළුවට කොයින් බේස් දන්න ඉන්න හොඳයි ඉස්සර දැන් තියෙන ඉන්න. ඔයාගේ ඔළුවට යනවද මොකද්ද මේ තිබ්බ ඇඩ් එකෙන් ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක ඔළුවට ගියාද?
හරි ඉතින් it's not always about the product මචං.
අනික ක්‍රිප්ටෝ මේකින් ඇයි වැලන්ට් වලට ස්පොන්සර් කරා? ක්‍රිප්ටෝ වලින් ගෙවන්නවත් තියෙනවා නම් කවන්න වැලන්ට් වල. ඒත් නේ.
ඉදිමත් අයියෝ.
පොච් පාටි දැම්මනම් දැන් බලපව් මැච් එක.
අට බෑ කොහොමද?
වන්න බලනවා ඊයේකත් බලලා දාගෙන තුනක් පව් වෙලා.
ඊයේක මම බැලුවා. ඊයේක පෙරේ දෙකම බැලුවා. මේක ඕන එකක් ඉතින්. ඊයේම අරක අන්තිම එකක් බැලුවා. නන්ෂිම් එකයි මේ එනර්ජි එක. ඉන්නේ පෙරේද? පෙරේදනේ.
නන්ෂිම් එනර්ජි
මම YouTube එකේ දාගෙන සින්දුව බුද්දාගෙන වල්කන්ට් එකත් ඕපන් කරා.
බස්තාත් කියලා යාගේ නම කියන්න.
මයික් එක දෙන්නේ. ඒ මොනස උසයි ලොකු වැඩි.
උසයි කියන්නේ හෙන ලොකුයි.
අලි ගෑණි.
ඔව්. ජයන්ට් කෙනෙක්.
අර මොකද ඉන්නේ මොකද්ද? නම් මතක් වෙන්නේ.
වයිකින් වරවා.
නෑ. ඔය වයිකින් නෑ මොකද්ද?
ආවගේ නැවටා එකයි.
නෑ. God of War ඉන්නේ අර ජයන්ට්ලා.
ආව්. වයිකින් තමයි නේ.
වයිකින්.
සෙකන්ඩ් එක රැග්නරොක් ගැව්වේ නෑ මං තාම.
නම් ගැහුවට ඉතින් මගේ කවුන්ට් එකේ නෙමෙයි ගැහුවේ.
මොකද මන්ද?
මම ගැහුව රැන්න ඕක එකල්
වන්න එක ගැහුවා
ඒකෙත් තියෙන අරාර සයිට් මිෂන් වල තින්නවා අමාරු බෝස්ලා එපා වෙනවා උන්ට ගන්න ගියා ස්ටෝරියට් නම් අදාළ නෑ ඇචීව්මන්ට් ගහනවා නම් ගහන්න
ඇචීව්මන්ට් මම වන්න එකේ ඇචීව්මන්ට් ගන්න ඉතුවේ නෑ 2 එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරලා තියෙන්නේ පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ
මේක දාන් ඉන්න බෑ
බ්‍රෝග්ගේ තමා මේ මොකද සිග්නේචර් එක ඌ ලියන විදිය මරු ඌ ඔතන සිග්නේචර් එක ලියන හැටි දැකලා තියෙනවද
ඊයේ පෙන්නුවා
until you guys took over in the second half in map 1 of course, but what do you think you need to watch out for in today's series all across the maps that you will be playing, considering the way PaperX was
ඕන ලොකු මිනිස්සෙක් වගේ
ඔව් උසයිනේ සෑහෙන්න කොරියා මෙච්චර උසම ඉන්නවද
පොඩි එකයි නේ
නැත්තම් කෙල්ල හොඳට මිටි
කෝ බලන්න යාගේ වයස කීයද කියලා
I think it was all about shutting down our neon. It's just PaperX were able to predict our rush timing really well. So I think given what happened in map 1, heading into map 2, I think we are going to change things up a bit. Thank you very much, Lieutenant, and good luck.
Enjoy the grand finals, folks, but want to
That's
know how
high.
to get even more Valorant info, perhaps?
Damn.
Download the Riot mobile app for the very latest in news, esports, dev
ඕන
diaries, and
එනම් ලොකු මිනිහෙක් වගේ 19 වයසක
ask for is at your fingertips and on the
Yeah,
other side of this fancy QR code on your screen right now.
මොකක්ද කියන්නේ
And of course, welcome back to our desk here on the other side of the first map.
මොකද ස්කෑන් කරන්න ඕනේ
Final. We're sure it's going to be.
රයිට් මොබයිල් ඇප් එක දාගන්න කියලා